Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ireland Live for Tuesday, the 24th of June 2024. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Ora Donoghue shortly. And I think I'll have Faird coming on as well for a while to talk about the protest the other day. And Councillor Gavin Pepper said he'd drop in as well. I'm just waiting to send him on the link in a while. He caught Banty McEnany yesterday in the courts, and Banty ran. Like, Gavin is everywhere. He's relentless, I have to say. Fair play to Gavin. And it was his birthday yesterday. He was 40 yesterday, the big 4-0. So happy birthday, mate. I did. I put up a post yesterday about it and said getting hockey over it. Like, everyone loves Gavin, you know what I mean? Gavin's a true patriot, one of our own, you know. I'm going to talk about it. Balbriggan. There was a stabbing in Balbriggan. Okay, the media are running with that there was a hit and run, but I have it on good authority, allegedly, that it was a stabbing and a hit and run all in the one go. So we have Inchicore locals as well caught up on a guy taking pictures yesterday of children, and he got the Irish welcome for the guy from Moldova or somewhere, Georgia or somewhere like that. As I said, Banty McEnany. We had a fire event this morning in Dublin as well, and a lorry driver actually saved two people's lives. Fair play to him. But yeah, I'll go through a couple of the comments here now and we'll see how we're getting on. Hi to all. Hi, hello everyone. How's things? Have the new Irish heard of bacon and cabbage? Yeah, they don't do the bacon. They just don't do the bacon. But we need to introduce them to the, you know what I mean? We do. A bit knackered, to be honest, on it, but grand, though. Hope you're good also. I just want to say it as well. Ireland Force is having the meet and greet in the Black Forge on Saturday, the 28th at 5 p.m. If you're coming, we'll see you there. Anne-Marie Purcell. Chris, you probably need a good night's sleep. I'm grand. Thanks for asking. We all need a good night's sleep. And saying that, I had a good night's sleep last night. I was in bed early enough. Angie McCall. Hey, Paul. Hey, Angie. How's things? How's everything down there? All good, I hope. Good evening, Paul. How are you doing, Anne-Marie? How are you, Michael John? How's things? Good. Hello, Chris. Good evening, lads. Good evening. The gorgeous Gavin. Yeah, the gorgeous Gavin. Yeah, Balbriggan hit and run. As I said, it wasn't a hit. It wasn't only a hit and run. I have it from an eyewitness. Rang me this morning and told me. I was trying to put it out on Twitter. I said I'd talk about it here this evening. Chris Bourne. We have the lovely Orla. Hello, my dear. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. Very good. Yeah. How are you doing?
Grand. Not long in the door.
Yeah, you weren't well the other night. You had to go off early enough, didn't you? No, I mean after the show. Like, you know what I mean? How are you? You good today?
Oh no, I'm grand.
You're
I'm
not
grand.
pregnant,
Sorry?
You're not pregnant, are you?
Definitely not. No. No, I don't know. I just had some sort of a headache thing, and I generally don't even suffer from headaches. So, yeah. Well, it's either that I was listening to you, Paul and Martin, so that probably set me off.
Oh, it probably was. Like, yeah, it was. And it happened last night. We went on the thing last night. We had an Ireland Force members meeting last night, and one of the girls turned around and said, "Oh, not these two again." You know what I mean? Jesus Christ! I had 2 hours of them last night, and I have another 2 hours of them now. There's somebody coming in there. I don't know who that is that's connected there. Could be Anthony putting up stuff. 15,000 new Irish. Yeah, that was like, come on. They're all voters. They're all voters to keep these in. That's who them people are.
I know.
Mary McMahon. Hi, Paul. Great day on Sunday.
Hi, Mary.
Was brilliant, Mary. I have to say. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a shout out to the lads this evening, because that's why I'm just in the door. I was out. It was my first time actually out for a wander around the town with the Shinadena guys. And I have to say it was great. So, hello to everyone. I know they're all watching. And I'm raging. I had videos taken and I went to upload them onto TikTok, and the coverage was terrible. I didn't think enough, but I thought, that'll be grand. And I said, look, as soon as I get in the door, it'll be fine. And I lost them all.
You lost the videos?
So, yeah. Because I done them through TikTok. It's the way I normally do them. They're only short, like. But anyway, look, I'll go down tomorrow and I'll redo them again. I'll have them for the show on Thursday evening. But it was really good this evening. There was about, was there 6 or 7 of us this evening, and we just went for just wander around the town, and we were just looking at different areas with, say, different buildings, just to keep an eye on and take photographs. And just, you know, as you know yourself, you don't know, some of the buildings look like they're freshly painted, and we just want to keep, I'm grand, Trish, thanks. Just wanted to keep an eye and just see, are they going to be turned into shops, or could there be iPass? And, you know, it was just really chilled out, and it was lovely. It was actually really good. We met about 7 o'clock this evening, and we only finished up there about 8:45 because we were just busy chatting and everything. So, yeah, no, it was really good. So I think we're talking about meeting maybe every 2 weeks and just have a wander around and just kind of see what's what.
Yeah. How are you, Michael? Evening, folks.
Oh, hey, Michael, how are you?
Why is Niall McConnell not allowed to speak? Okay, my mic is way over there. Sorry, Jesus. Sorry about that. Why is Niall McConnell not allowed to speak? I don't know. Did you contact the organisers, or this is what I've been told? You needed to contact the organisers to do whatever. It never used to be like that. It was just a given. We all knew who was speaking. We were all told who was speaking. I always got a mic. And in the last year or so, it's just got, I honestly, I don't know, lads. And I'd rather not comment on it, to be honest with you, because it's all politics. You know what I mean? All politics. Hey, Paul, great turnout Sunday. Yeah, it was brilliant, I have to say. It was.
Yeah, it was.
Really brilliant.
Yeah, it was a good turnout.
You look better, Orla. You look better. Ah, Jesus. They're all worried about you, Orla. Just heard Anthony's new song. Really good. Talented as well as handsome. I haven't heard the song yet. I haven't. I've seen the video. Yeah, it's not that I didn't listen to it. It wasn't sent to me yet. There's someone
Chris,
in here.
grand. As I said, Chris, it was listening to Paul and Martin. That's what was doing my head in. I think I could be allergic to them.
Yeah, if Anthony, if you are listening there, and that it has to be him in there, throw in that song for me, will you? And we'll play that.
I sent on 2 things he wanted to put up as well, so I have them. Now, Anthony said he might, if you want to leave it later on, he might come in maybe around 10:30 once he gets the kids to bed.
Yeah, that's no problem. That's cool. Ferg is going to drop in as well. I'll send it on to Ferg now in a while. Share
so
this
maybe
out everywhere.
We might just leave that stuff until later on, just in case he is able to pop in around 10:30.
Yeah, no problem. We'll do it in a few minutes. No. Or we'll do it in a while. If you can get us there. You can get us on email at irelandlive@gmail.com, or you can call us on the WhatsApp number at 353-89203-1521. That's 089-203-1521. I've never actually took a call on that here. You know what I mean? Maybe we could try that if people want to ring in and ask questions. But you can put your questions in there if you want, or you can put them in the comments. But if you can't, if you're not on the comments, put them on the WhatsApp number there, 089-203-1521. You can also get us on X at FitzyDub, at Anthony L. Casey, and at Ruggermurph27. You get us on Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, Ruggermurph, or Martin Murphy, and on the Freedom Network. You can also buy us a coffee if you want to. There you go. It's going
Buy me a Bulmers.
Buy me a Bulmers, yeah. And buy me a Bulmers, yeah. Yeah. We're flying tonight, Jesus. We're up to 400 there already, people. Fair play to everyone. Keep sharing it out to 4,000.
I did take a video that was fine today when I went into the candy store place that I was.
I have it there.
Yeah. Keeping an eye on. So I went in. I popped in today to have a bit of a nose around.
Yeah. I had 4,000 up there. I got a fright myself when I seen the 3 zeros. You know what I mean? After, whoa, are we up that far? We're up to 400 there, people. It's going up more even there now as we speak. So keep sharing it out, people. Share it everywhere. And there's the Shinadena website there if you want to join Shinadena, www.shinadena.ie. We also have Ireland Force. There's Ireland Force, www.irelandforce.ie. So, yeah, we'll go through a few more comments as well. Just heard that new song. Good evening, Orla. Michael John.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hello, Orla. Hope you're better. I must go off somewhere sick. I might pull a sickie now tonight for the last 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And get all the sympathy.
They're not worried about you, Paul. They don't care. They're not worried. Apart from all the women now.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Hey, Selena. All right, how are you? Hi, Paul.
I heard from a quite reliable source that there was a woman at the protest that was nearly trying to get over a barrier to get over to you, Paul.
Who?
Yeah, the other night. Yeah, somebody witnessed it. I'll tell you, Paul, you're very popular.
I was actually talking to someone that was standing at the barrier. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Well, I heard they were trying to get over it.
You, Paul, media are only saying hit and run. but I know what happened and people know what happened. Yes, exactly. Anne-Marie Purcell, hi, okay, yeah. Why is Niall not allowed to speak? Mate, honestly, I'm not getting involved in the politics of why people spoke.
That's the same comment from earlier on. I think you just put it up twice.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not. It was a different comment, but he's out there asking the same question again. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going way down.
It's down to the organisers, isn't it?
It seems you had to go through the organisers. You had to go through. I think you had to contact Rob Steenson. That was Malachy's son, and then they put the speakers up there. I don't know any more about it now, to be honest with you. Just listen. No, like there's people there speaking that, you know. I'm not getting into it. I'm sorry. The weather or the thundery close weather gives migraines. Oh, okay.
It was actually really better. Today even in Carlow was absolutely just not roasting, but really heavy. Even this evening there when we were doing the walk around, then it just started to rain. But like it's very, I don't know, just muggy or something.
Yeah, I was sitting outside there on the phone there for about an hour, and it's just so heavy. But the amount of planes coming in, and Air Ethiopia came in. Oh, I thought to myself, not another 300 it is. Yeah, Air Ethiopia, yeah. But 7,500 citizenship today. Yes, we know. There's all right, Paul. I'm just waiting on delivery from Target. I'm gonna try to get on later, but I don't know if I can, brother. Will you put up the post of a Wake Up Eire for Thursday? I will. I'll actually. I'll tell you, Frank. I'm gonna put it up now. I actually told Barry that I would. Excuse me, that I put it up as well. But I put it up here now, Frank, just to give it a plug here now. And again, then on. Yeah, just bear with me there. I'll move this one over. I'm still singing that Oro Shedavaha Walya. I tell you, something was brilliant the other day. I have to say, he's brilliant. I'm gonna ask him to do me a little jingle for the show. You know what I mean? Because if he does that, then it won't be copyrighted because he's a singer songwriter. You know.
Good idea.
Let me just put this up here. We have Wake Up Eire COVID-19 deaths and injuries information drop Thursday, the 26th of June, 2025 at 6:30 to 9 p.m. on Thursday. Location, Rochestown Lodge Hotel. Rochestown Lodge Hotel, 164 Rochestown Avenue, Dunleary, Dublin, A96ETY8. Join us as we insist N2 do not attempt to water down the truth. So there you go. Wake Up Eire, Thursday the 26th of June, 2025. Adele sent me a message as well. I'd say it's the same message. I just haven't got around to looking at it yet, but I will now in a few minutes. So if you can, join them. 26th of June, 2025. This is this coming Thursday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. So if you can make it out there, please do, because Barry and the Wake Up Eire team do great work. And I heard that their account was locked out on Twitter as well.
Yes, I saw that. I think Ferg had it up, actually.
Yeah, Ferg did have it up there. I have it there. And we'll talk about that in a while. I've contacted Shinadena about Dunshaughlin. Shinadena is going from strength to strength. I'm telling you now, we're nearly up to 1,400 members, I think it is now at the minute. It's just, I can't keep up. There's another 2 admins gone into the Dublin group here now to help me out with the Dublin stuff. It's just gone through the roof. Shinadena will be bigger than any political party in this country, and they're non-political. That's the thing here. You know what I mean? And they're not vigilantes either. They're community watch. Community watch. You were out there this evening, Orla. Tell us all about it. Tell us what you saw.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant this evening. As I said, there was about 6 or 7 of us, and it was absolutely fantastic. You know, it was just so chilled out. We just went for a wander around the town. As I said, just keeping an eye on certain buildings and taking photographs, and just, you know, as I said, just kind of, you know, just watch certain places just in case. And that was it. And then we were having a chat and a laugh, and it was just very chilled out. And that's what it's about, just keeping an eye on things. And then I'm going to give a special shout out to Pat, my favourite Casey. Oh, look, you're not my favourite Casey. Bye-bye.
Yeah, favourite Casey. I was waiting for you to say it to jump in.
No. My favourite Casey's your dad.
Yeah, good.
How's things?
You're not hearing the feedback. I have it on the TV there as well.
No. Did you hear what happened, Anthony? I lost all my videos. I was taking videos outside St. Bridget's and the Friary and the whole lot, and I lost the whole lot. But anyway, look, I'll go out tomorrow and redo them. So,
yeah.
But this evening went very well now, I have to say. It was great. Good crack.
Yeah, I see Wexford were out as well. It was great.
Fair play.
This TV down.
I'm just gonna.
But do you know what it is? It's just very just chilled out. It's just wandering around, having a chat, keeping an eye on things, and just discussing different bits and pieces. And that's it. Like as I said, it was nice and chilled out this evening.
Just so as people see you out there with the blue jackets on, and they know who you are, they can come and approach you, they can talk to you. It's a brilliant idea, I have to say, and fair play to everyone involved who has brought this to fruition. Somebody putting up there, loved Anthony's video today about ChatGPT speeches. He's right. Yeah, Gemma and John, I tell you, I'm going to speak. I'm going to put that up there now. Okay, I'm going to put the video up because hold on there. Paul, Jason, Sheardon, Paul, why is the protest only in cities and not towns and villages? Did you not hear what they are going to do with Athlone? Listen, we will come down to Athlone and we will give you a dig out in Athlone.
I think they're looking to make it a 15-minute city. Yeah, and then they're
yes, I saw that today. I think I did, Paul. I sent on information earlier on over that.
Yeah. We'll play
that video,
that in a while, but
it's not the big long video. That he's talking about the 22-second one I did earlier on.
I didn't see that one.
I'll play it here real quick.
I have to say, lads, I don't particularly like walking around or fancy the idea of marching around for the next 4 years just to sit by and see another rigged election. Shinadena are going to start calling their own rallies, and at these rallies, an announcement every time about direct action. It's time to shake this up a little bit. No more epic ChatGPT speeches. Just time to get things done.
Yeah, there was a few epic ChatGPT.
Look,
I love the new mic.
This is my own mic. I just have it in the right place. But they rally. Look, the speeches rally the troops, but we're rallying the troops for a while now, and I don't want to rally them for another 4 years. They're ready to go. You know, you can hear that rhetoric every time you go to a rally. Yeah, rallies are great, but I'm getting tired of this. And people are shouting at the front. I was at the front, just above the barrier, and there's people kind of heckling like, "Enough is enough, lads. Come on, let's get this done, and don't be leading us around in circles."
Yeah. Look, someone putting up there, they're talking about Niall. Niall says he's never allowed speak. Niall, listen, we were in Cork. We now Anthony spoke in Cork. Okay, well and good, but who's that? No,
but your Gavin didn't speak in Cork.
Gavin didn't speak in Cork either. No, and then we also had the Dublin one as well. Everybody and their mother spoke in Dublin except Anthony Casey. You know what I mean? Or me. You know what I mean? I've spoken to these a lot. You know what I mean? But
I did a video with this earlier on, this exact thing, and I make no bones about it. So just tell you what I was told, that I'd be blocked from the mic going forward. That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
And the only reason I got to speak in Cork, it was if I didn't speak about politics. So I just took the opportunity. Instead of throwing my toys out of pram, I said, I'm just going to plug Shinadena here. And that's what we did do. And we got a couple of hundred members afterwards. I used their platform. But we're going to start calling our own rallies now because we have a massive amount of people behind us with Shinadena and Ireland First. So,
but it shouldn't be the same people up talking over and over again. People want to hear, different people speaking. And why can't we have people up that are going through stuff? People would say that have been vaccine injured, people who are in serious trouble in relation to homelessness. Those people should be allowed to get a voice at these rallies. Having real people there, because there's no point in having the same people up over and over and over again. Why can't different people go up and speak? The things that are really affecting what's going on within that particular county. I know I'd like to hear people, that are really suffering and highlight what's going on out there.
Yeah. I know exactly.
But you could do way more with these rallies. Like realistically, when people are saying about 90, you need 100,000 signatures to call a debate in the Dáil. Like, why don't we utilize all the people at the rallies? Put out loads of clipboards, name, email address. You get 30,000 this time. You get 20,000 next time. Ramp up everyone here while the speeches are going on. Come up to the top or hand around them. Start doing something with them. Start doing something with the people. Like even Shinadena there, we have a couple of homeless people reach out even today, and we have that, the homelessness group where people are in there saying, my sister's a spare room in Clonmel. We're not just talking about the issues.
Sorry, Anthony, a woman messaged me yesterday and she has a tent and clothes for a homeless person. And I put up the video from Cal when he was talking to that homeless man after the rally. And I said, God, I'm sorry. I said, I don't know who that man is. I might message her and get her to reach out to you and see if wherever she's from, she could drop it off to some of the Shinadena lads and see if somebody needs them, because like it's a perfectly good tent and clothes and all that. Somebody might as well use them.
Point her to, look, I'm not going to mess it. Like, yeah, you can point her towards me. There's so many messages coming through and trying to get through it all. But if they go to the Shinadena community, that WhatsApp group, they'll find Irish accommodation. Whether you want to help out,
in there,
or if you have a spare room, you have a shed, you have a couch, anything at all, or if you know someone in need, jump into that group.
And what are we nearly up? What are we nearly up to 1,400 now, Anthony? Haven't we at this stage?
Yeah, it's
nearly doubled in 3 weeks. Like since Cork, we've nearly doubled, haven't we?
Yeah, it's
like I was just saying it there a few minutes ago. Well, Shinadena is bigger than Ireland First. You know what I mean? And it's not.
Shinadena is bigger than any nationalist party has ever been.
Anything
in this country, you know, like it's.
People have been saying, now I might have been talking to somebody from Belfast. Okay, I've had a few chats with people from Belfast today. I've had people ringing me about different stuff, and they told me that people are saying Anthony is too militant. That's what people want. She told me that Anthony, they want us to be militant. They don't want the suits. They don't want the career politicians anymore. They want the boots on the ground. They want the men out helping women, helping kids. So that's exactly what we're doing with Shinadena.
I did the video on that today. Do you know if you want to play it now, Paul? Because it's
I'm going to play it.
Yeah, because it's about that exactly.
Yeah.
How are you doing, everyone? Anthony Casey here, the President of Ireland First. Fair play to everybody who showed up on Sunday. It was an amazing turnout yet again. Some great speakers there. It's great to see a sea of tricolours. No matter what else, we must remember that banner, that tricolour, should fly higher than all the others. And speaking of that, there's been a lot of controversy, lies, manipulation, policing of microphones, calling of meetings with certain people allowed to attend. A lot of lies being spread. Even since I've come to Ireland First, nationalists trying to take down Ireland First because of a few people spreading lies. And I have to try and ascertain in my head whether these people honestly believe the lies, or if there's some kind of control aspect to this, some kind of higher state control. I genuinely mean that, because people are relentless. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. People shouldn't be taking control of the nationalist movement. People shouldn't be deciding who goes where. They don't own the nationalist movement. If people have grievances, they pick up the phone, they meet people in person, they sit down and have a coffee. Out of decency, transparency, respect to this whole movement, they air it. My problem is, I've been told that I'm too militant to be allowed to sit down for unification talks. People are apprehensive about that. People who'd shake my hand in the public are saying different things behind the doors. Some people won't shake my hand in the public. Some people won't answer the phone. And nationalists are putting in complaints to the ELC to try to take down Ireland First. And they're spreading rumours to try to take down Shinadena and try to dirty everything I touch off. And I will say one thing. This is a fucking headache. People who get involved in this know how much we all work hard to do this. Like, there's Zoom meetings, you travel around the country, you get dogs abuse. You expect it from the lefties. You shouldn't have to expect it from our own. Nonsense, people fighting with each other and dragging other people into it. There's no need for it. It stinks of control opposition to me. It stinks of people that have agendas and have no interest in the tricolour. They're putting their little banners above it. I've said many times, I don't need to be the leader of anything. Once I see something honest and something organic and something good that we can fall behind, I'm happy. And I can walk away and I can support it as much as I want, as much as I can. But it's important to know that the people spreading lies and trying to launch these allegations against us, whether Ireland First falls through the ELC, it will be renamed. The same people will carry on under something else. Because I'm not going fucking anywhere as long as my country's under threat for my kids. So this is a message to all them people. I'm going nowhere. And if you have a problem with it, then come and see me. Because I'm here. And my heart is in it for the good of this. I have no personal grievance against anyone. I don't care for any of that. the immaturity, this putting banners above each other's banners and not shaking hands. The only people who do that haven't got the country's interests at heart. And I would say watch closely those who are doxing other nationalists. Watch closely those who are policing the microphones. Watch closely those who are leading us around a circle for the next 5 years just to try and get us democratically elected. Do you believe in democracy in this country? I think we have to take a different stance to this. And me being too militant is a weak excuse, because people obviously haven't walked outside their doors. They haven't looked outside their windows. Maybe they're living too much under the Celtic tiger. Maybe they've made their money. Maybe their strings are being pulled. I don't know. Well, one thing is for sure, I'm going nowhere.
Neither am I. I'm here for the hard slog. And I'll be honest, I'll die on my feet. I won't die on my knees like some people, you know what I mean? I'll be here to fight. I'll be fighting the fight.
Yeah. Look, it had to be said that video was overdue. And that's just a lot of people gave me stick and said, name exactly who you're talking about. A lot of people know who I'm talking about. I don't need to name them, you know. That's a warning shot that we need to be honest about what we're doing and strive forward and do it the right way. Because there's a lot of people who don't want anything honest and organic getting traction. And we are gaining traction. A lot of fear behind that. Don't think we don't know when people message us or, you know, make phone calls, so that we don't know that they're afraid of something gaining traction that's honest. We are dead wide. And we won't stop. This will be the hill we die on.
Well, I'll be honest. I told you I was talking to a few people from Belfast today. A couple of people rang me and I was talking to them about a few different things that's going on with me. I've been getting stupid messages, and like you've seen the messages, Anthony. I've told you, you know what I mean? And they told me just put the messages up online and let everyone see the messages and let them draw their own conclusions. I've been told I was with the IPLO. Now, the IPLO has not been in operation since the 80s. You know what I mean? But I do know someone who was a member of the IPLO who was also part of our movement. And you know, as I said, the IPLO, that's the INLA, they will not take too kindly to people using their name or anything like that. So I might just do that. But I have a message for these people who are doing this. I forgive you, lads. I forgive you. Okay? So we'll move on. Paul looks great in a sexy black shirt.
Yeah.
Get out of the
game. Somebody's talking there with our father. He's going to start praying next, blessing us all. Isn't that right, Paul?
Can Anthony give more info on the video he made? No, we're not going to give any info. People can see who these... I'm sorry, I'm not speaking for you, Anthony. But what I'm saying is there's no need to give any more info. People are not stupid. People can see what's going on. You look at that march there on Sunday. How many people left that protest after Gavin Pepper spoke? Nearly half the people walked away after Gavin Pepper spoke. So a lot of people were there just to listen to Gavin Pepper. You know what I mean? And Gavin was kept till the third last speaker. And there was nobody there to listen to the others. That should tell you everything you need to know, lads. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we can't elaborate any more on this. People will draw their own conclusions.
Not right now, anyway. If they keep doing what they're doing.
Right now.
Yeah.
If they keep doing what they're doing.
They need to know. Yeah. You need to know that there's a path of resistance there. Just be careful what you're doing here, because people aren't going to smile and watch us up there if you are controlling the movement, and it's not going to get anywhere. You know, these people I've reached out to and I spoke to, and they've been doxing me. And look, everyone knows what it is. I said what it is there. The ELC, they're trying to make anything we touch fail. They're using the media. They're using whatever means they can. These is other nationalists, by the way. Nationalists. I put it like that. They're hiding in the crowd when I'm there. Stuff like that, you know, they know what they're doing. So either way, we've enough traction there behind us to call a massive rally. So watch this space. Time for direct action.
Yeah, exactly. There will be direct action, and it's very coincidental that we've been talking. I myself have been talking about direct action for the last week between the Irish column and the Ireland Live, and then all of a sudden they come out and they're giving out leaflets going, "We're doing direct action in Waterford. We're doing." I'd like to see what they're doing, because I'm going to be honest, we tried this in Rosslare we got a handful of people out. You know what I mean? And the reason we got a handful of people out was because of the people who were running the show there. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why. People said that, we couldn't make it. The guards, there was excuses made. Oh, the guards put out a message saying it was called off. Bullshit. It didn't. You know what I mean? It was because of who was behind it. And I'm glad now. I was thrown out of that group. I was thrown out of that group because, and what was it I was told? I forget what I was even said. I'll tell you what I was thrown out of the group for, because I wouldn't let people bully me. That's why I was thrown out of the group, and I won't let anyone bully me, and that's it. And I won't let anyone tell lies about me or the people I'm with. End of story. That's just the way I am, and I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sick of saying sorry on this. I'm not going to keep saying sorry anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is. But we're going
to do this.
Yeah, that's it. Well, me and Paul have been talking about this for a while. He was talking about it all Sunday as well. It's time to move. It's not time to, like, we know what needs to be said. We know what way people can say it great. And fair play, they're rallying the troops. But people are sick. People are ready for the next step. And this is why I think they're keeping the mic off us, because we have the ideas. What we've done last year. Shinadena has grown. You know, Ireland First has a unique setup that no other party has. Look at this Irish column show. You know, I know it was here more than a year, but it's taken off massive. We're doing stuff that's proactive, and people don't like that. But we'll keep doing it. Sure, the traction's behind us now, and it's not about who has the traction behind us. It's about pushing this the right direction. That's all it's about. It doesn't matter who's leading it, who's doing what. Like, how many victims do we need here before we get this stuff sorted? That's what it's about.
But people want to see stuff being done. Like, there's no point in talking the talk without walking the walk. So we need to start doing stuff. And we are, like, you know, because that's what needs to be done. People have had enough of just, you know, the same thing happening over and over again. So we just need to start getting things done. Simple as that. Doesn't have to be big things, even small things, because at least you're proactive.
Exactly. I'm just going to address that there. Is Shinadena in Balbriggan? I don't know of anyone in Balbriggan, to be honest with you, Moneybags. But if you go into the groups and the north side, the North Dublin, I think we should set one up there about North County Dublin. What do you think?
I was going to say, for Balbriggan would be it's probably needed there.
Well, we have three Dublins.
Dublin.
We have 3 Dublin cities. So we have Dublin City, Dublin South, Dublin North. Like, we have a couple of counties that are split in 2 as well. There's just too many people in it, and it's too much moving. But Dublin is hopping. Maybe Dublin could be split up further. We'll take it back to the council, and we'll have a look at it there. So the big thing about this Shinadena, just while we're still on this, and I know I've seen Wexford are out there today as well, and a few other bits. Like Shinadena, when you're saying they're all about doing things, like, Shinadena is doing things that's on the ground. We're not waiting for the next rally. They're out there tonight. Like, you're out there tonight with Shinadena, Carlow. You know, Kildare and Limerick are out, and all these places are out. That's doing something. That's marking camps. That's relaying back the information. Stay away from here. They're patrolling by people's houses who are worried. We have that accommodation one there where a homeless guy messaged me there. He's homeless with his son. I have to give him the link to jump into the Irish homeless. Like, that's doing stuff. That's doing powerful stuff. It's small little bits, and it takes an awful lot of admin, and it can't be understated. There's a massive amount of people working hard in the background there. So, like, I think it's, look, we're expanding. Like, everyone's asking, is Shinadena in here? Shinadena is everywhere now. It's everywhere. Yeah. So if you go to Shinadena on Facebook here now, and you'll see in the link, it'll have a WhatsApp click that in, you'll get to the announcements page. And then look for whatever county. There's also Christianity group. There's also an Irish music group. There's also Irish language group. There's also a self-defense group. It's massive. This is the way forward. We the people, big community. It's bringing people back together again. Like, the sky's the limit. And you know, all them people are in it. They're only that WhatsApp community. Even though Shinadena started, it's probably a year ago now. Clonmel Concerned Citizens, our names are etched down into a WhatsApp group. But it's only in the last 3 months, let's say, we have that WhatsApp community. And that's how many people are jumping in so far. So there hasn't been 1 cent of paid advertisement gone into this. It's just people hearing it, people banging it out, people patrolling. People want to do something. They feel helpless against this government. One thing they can do is get out with other people, find these camps, look around their area, talk to people. it's massive. So no one be afraid of it. Jump in, get in the know, like-minded people. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I said that, Anthony. Like, this evening was my first evening out, you know, and it was so chilled out. Do you know, it really was. And we were just having a chat and, you know, having a bit of a laugh as we were wandering around and taking photographs. And as I said, my videos didn't load, but look, I'll go back out tomorrow and do them. So I'll have them for Thursday night. Actually, Paul, can you play the one, because this will just tie in together, the one on the candy store?
Yeah, no problem. Lads, we're at the hitting 1,000 there, so keep sharing it, share it out there everywhere. We're at the hitting 1,000, yeah, which is good for a Tuesday night, people. I just heard Niall McConnell's live is down, so all Niall's crew is probably over here for us. But listen, if anyone has Niall's number there, if Niall wants to drop in here and have a chat with us, he's more than welcome if he's not doing his live. So tell him to, if you can get him to contact me on that number, 089 203 1521. Niall is more than welcome to have a mic in here. Everyone is welcome to have a mic in here if you want to come in here and talk. We were supposed to do interviews ourselves on Sunday. It sort of fell through. Drew Cook is there in the comments there. Drew came to me before the protest and said, listen, if your lads need a few pictures taken for the party, the whole lot, I'm here. I'll see you after the parade. But I had to head off. Anthony had to head off. There was a few of us had to head different ways. We had to be gone because it was a Sunday, and you know yourself how it went. It wasn't a Saturday. So Drew, we'll take you up on that offer if we could at the next one or whatever, or we'll meet up with you. But if Niall wants, as I said, Ferg will be in a while. I'd say he said he'll try and get on. He's at the texting me there to say he'll try and get on. But yeah, we're at the media assets. Which one is it? The candy shop one?
Yeah.
Okay, take it to the candy shop.
Jesus, we want to keep our viewers. Paul, stop singing.
Is there a sorry, someone just asked there, is there a Shinadena in Dublin 18? Yes, there
you know
is.
what I'm going to do, right? There's what do we have? About 1,000 people here on it. I'm going to put the Shinadena WhatsApp community link into the comments. And this will probably go in on the YouTube, but I'll try and put it onto the Paul's Facebook, Ireland First YouTube, and my own X account, right? That's where it'll be. So I'm going to do that there now. So you go ahead. I'll work on that there.
Okay.
Ireland has become too dangerous. What's the WhatsApp number to join? There you go. He's going to put it in. Anthony's going to put it into the comments there. Ryan, my friend, how are you, buddy? Paul Fitzsimon's already done it. Anthony Casey, you are now my friend. I enjoy the show. Paul is my best friend in the world.
Ryan.
Ryan, I'm sorry I haven't contacted you, young man. I will get on to you. I've been, honestly, I have been up to here. That phone doesn't stop from day to Anthony does it. Yours is the same, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Day and night.
Crazy.
You know,
people get annoyed at me, and I'm sorry. People get annoyed when you can't respond to them. It's not that we're not bothering.
It's terrible. It's terrible when the media rings the president of the party and you hear from him like 5 hours later.
Yeah.
Jesus, that didn't happen.
Well, hold on. Yeah, because there was no media. There was no media committee. Am I not the AC? I'm the media guru.
No, I'm talking about me this evening, like trying to get hold of Anthony. Like 5 hours later, I hear from him. Wouldn't want to be dying.
You should get freedom, Dad. Okay, now I've seen this, and I've seen comments coming in on my page and everyone else's page about this, that he's a loyalist and he's this and he's that. Listen, that man is getting the word out. That man is going around these protests. He showed up at Limerick. And he gave us loads of stick. Oh, you've had him here, there, and everywhere. And then someone put a picture of him up at the 26th. Or if we'd have known there, we'd have told him to leave. You can't tell anyone to leave protests. This is a free country, and people have free speech. You cannot pick and choose who you want at your protests. And that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You can't be standing up saying, oh, we're fighting for democracy, and we're fighting for free speech, and we're fighting for this. Meanwhile, telling, yo, you can't come here. You're not welcome. You're not this. You're not that. That's not how it works. I'm sorry. That's just not how it works. People want to go to protest. No matter who they are, they can go to protests. Correct.
Right. That link is now in the YouTube. It's in Paul's Facebook where he's live, and it's on my X account where we're live. So there's 3 places. And if you can't find it there, go Shinadena on Facebook and you'll see it in the bio.
What's Pat saying? Hey lads, hey all. I was on the wrong link to make comments. So just text me. You have my number.
He should have Anthony's number as well. You know. Anyway, right, let's get this video done.
Okay. Let me
Pat
just
was actually giving out about that this evening. He says, will you tell Paul to play the videos instead of going on a rant? Because then he forgets what he's at.
Saying that if it was Malachy that told you that, Anthony, I'm not surprised. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Malachy who said that. It wasn't. Sure, it wasn't, Anthony. No, it wasn't.
Who said what?
Who said that you won't be speaking at any more rallies? You know what I mean?
Malachy's never spoken to me.
Malachy has never spoke to Anthony. And Anthony has reached out to Malachy more times. I've reached out to Malachy and asked him to please ring Anthony. Because when all the lawyers was going around about Herman Kelly and the whole shit show that happened they all ran with the Herman Kelly lawyers. And I texted him. I said, Malachy, will you give him a ring? I said, that's all bullshit you're hearing. I said, give me a ring. Didn't ring me. Then I asked him to ring Anthony. Anthony, how many times did you text and ring him?
Look, to be honest, I text him twice. And I said, out of decency and transparency, I think we should both sit down for a coffee because I'm the leader of Ireland First, and it'll be, out of decency and transparency going forward. It's a good move. I didn't hear back from that. I did that twice, and then I was told that it was passed through other people that there was a cohort, there were a little bit of a circle there, and they were apprehensive about bringing me on for the unification talks because I was too militant. I don't know if these people have looked outside their window or seen the record crime numbers in this country at the moment. What exactly have I done so militant? Don't know. And I feel like we haven't even started yet. Barely done a thing. Yeah. It's only ramping up now. I only have the momentum now. So it really causes a question in my mind. Why would people be afraid of that?
Yeah,
maybe are the guards in Coolock, were they not too militant? Dundrum Town House, were they not too militant? Newtown Mount Kennedy? Yeah.
Like my father was pepper sprayed in Coolock, you know what I mean? So I know how militant they were, you know what I mean? So we need to get out there and we need to start. And this is exactly what we need. This pussyfooting around, marching up the hill and down the hill like the King's men, that's not going to work anymore. And I've had it myself with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I spoke to other people in the nationalist movement, and they have it. They're sick of it as well. People, yeah. So, what did you want me to play? The Carlo shop order?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey. As you can see here, there's biscuits this side, but it's all sweets and more sweets. I'm just going to go around the other side here now. Now here we are again, more and more sweets. And here you have a huge selection of vapes. And more fizzy drinks.
So I went to this new shop. I spoke about it the other day in Carlo. Anthony knows where it is. And it's called, I think it's Candy Cloud. But as you can see from the videos, obviously there was people around, so I was trying to be careful what I was filming. But like, it is literally a treasure trove for young people. Like, all it is fizzy drinks, sweets, monster drinks, 150 million types of vapes. And then they have these cannabis grinder things that's at the very end of the video as well. So I actually spoke to one of the staff and I said, you've hardly any signs up here. I said, to say that these vapes aren't for sale for anyone under 18. Oh no, there's one or two. I said, no, they're not big enough. I said, there should be big signs up here. There's an awful lot of young people coming into this vape store. I said, you need to be definitely checking for ID. Oh no, we are. Right. Because it looks like it's Indians running the shop. And I just said, yeah, but I said, where are the proper signs? There's no proper signage up. I said, look what's in the shop at the moment. They're all like, most of them were all young girls. But I think that the likes of these shops need to be kept an eye on as well, because the clientele that they're attracting is all young kids, and there's going to be a lot of young girls going into that shop. So I think, I'm not saying they're up to anything. We need to keep an eye on things.
Yeah. This is how the grooming gang started in the UK.
Started over in the UK. Exactly. So I said to the lads this evening, because we were sitting at the fountain, and I said, listen, we need to be keeping an eye on the likes of these shops. I'm not saying they're up to anything, but we need to keep an eye on them, because there's so many young kids are going to be going in there.
You know what I think is important, right? And this is going to be something that we're going to do at Ireland First. On our website, when we get it cleared up and running, what I want to do is have a drop down of every town in the country, Irish family-owned businesses only, promoting only them. If you want to go to a barber's, here's the Irish barbers in there. Here's the Irish pubs. Here's the Irish B&Bs. Here's the Irish news agents, because they're getting ran out. What's happening is the rents are going up too high on purpose. The profiteers are coming in, scooping it up, and they're turning into either the Muslim financing. They get these grants. There's how many barber shops do we need? You know, they're every second. How many kebab shops do we need? It's not Spain. Like we're serious. Like, you know, it's.
But they're getting, Anthony, they're getting 60,000 over the 3 years to open up. And do you remember I told you as well? I'm friendly with this couple from Malta, and they're after opening up. You know, Sweet Mama Bacon Carlo, and they're after opening up their second shop. And as I said, they're from Malta. They didn't get the grant. So that grant must be only given to is it just given to Indians and Africans? Because they didn't get it.
It's Islamic financing. Revenue. Yeah. So what's important is what we're going to highlight it. Ireland first, but Irish businesses first. All these different things, you know, Irish culture first. And you'll be able to go there, see a drop down. It's the same as this. You know, what we have here is, you know, an Irish narrative, because RT is not an Irish narrative. It's a globalist narrative. All these shows and podcasts and all will be linked there as well, of all decent Irish narratives. So you don't have to listen to their radio nonsense anymore. You know, we're going to, this is only the beginning of it, but
let me address that comment. Sorry, Annie, let me address that comment there. And Paul Noel O'Hara made some allegations about you. All untrue allegations. Okay. But the allegations that he made about me were about somebody else who is with somebody very high up in this movement. He is the guy that's with I'm not going to mention who it is or what it is now, but it will be coming out. I have it here. It will be coming out. Don't you worry. This guy is a known Garda informant, a known drug dealer, and was a member of these parties and all this shit. So what Noel O'Hara was saying about me is the opposite to me. It's what went on with the other fella. So I'll address all that in the coming weeks, because there is a lot of stuff that has to come out here. And I'm going to be honest with you, it needs to come out, because this movement is fractured, very fractured, and all the dirt needs to be weeded out of it. I'm telling you now. So yeah, I'm just addressing that. So, and I'll be honest with you, what Noel O'Hara says doesn't interest me at all, because a squeaky little voice doesn't bother me. You know. So there we are. Anthony Casey's a true Irishman. Fair play to you. Trish Clark, well said, Anthony. People are picking politicians and blah blah blah. Will we move on to what happened in Balbriggan? Okay. Right, we'll move on to that, because I need to address that. But I'll play the first video. It's only a couple of minutes long, and then we will come back.
Sorry, what happened in Balbriggan?
There was a guy. The media are reporting a hit and run. Okay,
right.
But I've been an eyewitness exactly what happened. A guy. There's a video there. What happened was the guy came over, stabbed the guy in through the window, and the guy that he stabbed drove over him. So that was the hit and run. And then the guy left the scene and drove to the Garda station, and he got rammed at the Garda station by another car, and he died in the car. So there's 2 deaths in Balbriggan. The media are only reporting on 1, but the guy bled out in the car outside the Garda station. So let's just go with this. I'll just show you this one, and then I'll show you the other one. The other one's very graphic, because the dead guy is on the ground. So that's the car the guy was stabbed in, the black BMW.
Tell him to put the indicators on.
You killed him. You fucking killed him. You're using it law. What do you think you're going to take the whole board?
Why didn't he put the indicators on? Wasn't he put the indicators on?
There's a victim down the road. You're no victim. I seen it.
Here, tell him to put the disco, the hazards on. Put the hazards on.
Hey, mate, can you sleep? Can you sleep tonight, will you?
Where's he going to? Oh, you're new now. You're new now. What? What? Move.
Yeah, I'm just going to read this one here. Before I go, Paul, please read out that I said we must claim the GPO and not be dragged down to the custom house. No man's land by Steenson. Yeah, we should reclaim the GPO. We should take over the whole of O'Connell Street. Why go near the custom house? Garden of Remembrance. Don't even meet at the Garden of Remembrance. Just rock up to the GPO and we'll take over the whole of O'Connell Street. Top to bottom. From the Ambassador down to O'Connell Bridge. That'll send the message. But we also need to take them people somewhere else. We need to stop them. We need to stop everything that's going on here. I'm just going to play this other one here now, right? This is a bit graphic, guys. This guy is actually on the ground injured. So, listen, the reason I'm showing it is because this is what's happening in your country, guys. This is it.
Amos, why did they run him over? Why did they run him over? I don't care. One day, yeah, the government is being called. He's not breathing. Yeah, it's being called. Why did he run? I am standing. That's my older brother. Of course I'm gonna say. No, I wouldn't call him. I want the money in his bag. But why did they? Bro, I had beef with them for ages. And they run him over? Yeah. Shit. Is he breathing? No. Stop breathing. I know. Come on. Oh my God. Come on. Oh my God. He got run over by a car. Oh my God. your daddy.
You get the gist of it.
Hmm.
Okay. These were fighting amongst themselves. Okay. The black BMW, I was told by an eyewitness, your man, the big heavy fella there that was lying on the ground, ran over. It's a feud that's been going on a while. Now, these are Roma Gypsies, people. These are in every housing estate in this country, and they're all fighting with each other. If they're not fighting with each other, they're fighting with everyone else. I had it in the estate where I was living. They were fighting with everyone. They were robbing everything. And then when you come out and gave out to them, they never gave out to me. I tell you, I ran them out of Bleeding Garden loads of times. But they do bully people and they do all this shit. There'll be 9 and 10 kids in the house. I told you a couple of weeks ago as well about your man getting 935 quid off the social welfare. Come on. But what happened was this heavy guy came in, leaned through the window, stabbed your man in the head and in the neck and the chest. And your man drove away. When he drove away, he reversed back. He drove over your man and then drove to the Garda station. As he got to the Garda station, he was rammed by someone else and he ended up dying, bleeding out and dying in the car. This is what I've been told by a guy who was there to seen it. And you also heard the guys in the video saying, you're not the victim here. I saw you down there doing different stuff. This is going on everywhere in the country, people. These people should not be allowed into this country. End of story. I'm sorry. I'm all about helping people and people who are fleeing wars. These people are not fleeing wars. These people are economic migrants. All they do is come in here and bleed us dry. You know what I mean? If I'm looking for a medical card now, I have to do a means test. You know what I mean? Everybody has to be means tested here if you're Irish. They don't have to be means tested. They come in, they get everything. They moved them out of an apartment that where I was living to a 4-bedroom house in Lucan. And you want to see the house they got. Meanwhile, our Irish people are starving on the streets and these are coming in here and getting everything. It's just not on. But this is what's happening. That's Balbriggan. And people of Balbriggan, join Shinadena because we need to be patrolling your streets as well. So please do. But that's exactly what happened there, Orla. You any thoughts on that?
Right. No, I hadn't heard about it, so I didn't know what the story was.
Yeah, it was.
I hadn't.
I got the call.
I've been fairly busy all day, so I wasn't over on X that much to see stuff. It's hard to. Do you know what? It's becoming that frequent now. It's hard. It's really difficult to keep up with everything. There's just so much going on. It's not even once a week or once every 2. It's like, oh,
3 times
God.
a day.
You know, yeah.
Listen, this show has gone over 2 years now, right? I started this show in March 23. Okay, I think it was Patrick's Day 2023 was the first live we done. We're now 2 years, 3 months into this. At the start, I think I had Derek Bloy and a couple of others on, and we were talking about it. Oh, it's happening once every 2 weeks, Derek. Something's happening, this, that, and the other, something, this.
Yeah.
About 7 or 8 months into it was happening once or twice a week. Now it's happening 3 or 4 times a day. There's people being stabbed. Like there was a girl I heard. I got another message in off a girl who was in Pogue, I think it's called, in Temple Bar. She was in the toilet. Her friend was standing outside the toilet. She was in the cubicle, and when she came out of the cubicle, a guy, an Indian guy, came out of the cubicle next to her. Now, if that girl had been on her own in that cubicle, God knows what would have happened. The toilets are downstairs. Nobody would have even heard that child screaming. So, women, I'm going to say it now. If you're going to the toilet, make sure your man goes with you, or you bring a couple of your girlfriends and go into the bleeding cubicle with them. I know listen, I'm not, just please stay safe. Women have to stay safe in this country. Men as well. Don't get me wrong, men as well. But the women in general, like, there's women passing by these fellas. You've seen it on the buses. They're giving young ones, they're going up to little young ones on the bus and feeling their legs. And these people are not like us. Their culture is not like us. Like, we wouldn't talk like that to women and girls. You know what I mean? Whereas they don't care. Girls and women are just second-class citizens. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. You know what I mean? And then when they go up to court, the judge, sure, listen, he probably didn't know our culture. Well, don't be here. Get out of here. If you come to this country, you abide by the laws of this country. It doesn't matter what your culture is. And I don't care what your culture is. If you rape a woman here or you try to sexually assault a woman here, you go to jail. End of story. Just like everybody else goes to jail. And then they try the race card and then they try the mental health show. No. If you want your culture, stay in your country. If you want to come here, come in here and you abide by our laws and our culture. End of story.
Well, actually, go in. I sent you a few things on there in relation to Terry Kay
Dave Daly is just saying there, Malachy is a solicitor. He should have been telling people how to get court injunctions against IPAS centres.
Yeah,
I think Malachy likes to hear himself talk shite. I'm not having a go at Malachy here. I'm just putting up these comments. He is a solicitor.
He's a solicitor. Yeah, he would know about that sort of stuff. That's actually true. Yeah.
Sheepdog, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Yeah, listen, if I was a solicitor, I'd be doing it for you for free.
Yeah.
I really would. Show foils, the egos are rampant. Shoe flies, the egos are rampant. I know what she's talking about. I know exactly what she's talking about. I'll tell you later on in the after show party.
Right, okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
The people are wasting their time and energy. Yeah, well, this is it. And I've been talking to people over the last 2 weeks. People, I'm going to be honest with you. This phone and the show phone, I'm sorry, lads, about this as well, because I have about 8 messages here on here to go through as well. But my phone hasn't stopped in the past 2 weeks once I started talking about the direct action. And people were asking me to do this and me to do that. Well, now here we are. Anthony is at the saying it straight out there. That's what we're doing now. So that's what we will be concentrating on in the next couple of weeks. Absolutely ready for the next step. We've been waiting for this. We've a lot more hope now.
Yeah.
You have a lot more hope now. Sarah Malone, it's been running for 3 years or more and no clear guidance. Someone needs to take the reins. Yes. But they don't want us to take the reins. That's the thing here. Everyone is trying to discredit us. If you look at who is discrediting us, you know what I mean? Who started off to discrediting us? Well, then you know who's doing it. The same people that has you running around by the nose for the last 3 years. So yeah, direct action is the way forward. Dave Daly said that. Dave Daly said that myself. Yes. Why is there so much poison between national parties? They don't realise that they are sabotaging themselves. Barry, I fully agree with you. I have not spoke about any other national party. Not one of them. They have come after us. They have said all the bad things about us. All stuff that's not true. And the reason I know it's not true is because I've been there from the start. That's why. So I know it's not true. Sheepdog, you're too honest. No filter, but you're straight up. Yeah. Put one off now, Chris Bourne. Sorry, John Wilson. What was that? John Wilson is a great speaker and pride and love of his country. John Wilson will speak at any of the rallies we hold. Any of them. In Belfast, they are standing outside all houses that Roma men are in. These people need to go. I'm sorry. These people need to go. They are not part of this community. All they do is just take. They're parasites. They're like a plague of locusts. They go into somewhere and they just take. So I'm sorry, they need to go. It was the Muslims last week. Sorry, it's the Romans this week. But not the Irish. Catherine, his stream just started buffering. No idea why. You see, the thing is with us, we're on a separate server, so we can do whatever. Walk to Malachy, talk shite. Walk to Malachy, talk absolute rubbish, ever rally. Yeah. Maybe to do Dublin City, then separate for Fingal. Yes, okay, Kiro. Yeah, we might do that. Yeah. Stop being afraid of being called names. That's the problem here. People are afraid. I've been called more names. I'm sick of the names. I've lost count of the names. Balbriggan 10 years ago. Yeah. Michael Mead. Mead is on the Shinadena website. Yes, it is. Yeah, what's this now? Catherine O'Connell, Paul O'Neill, something weird going on, Paul. I'm going up to Dublin tomorrow on a mission. Dave Daly, if all Ireland goes ahead on the 27th and no protest to stop it, we are finished. Yes. Listen, if you want, I've no problem gearing up for that. To stop Crow Park. You know, I don't want to cause division. It's better to be united. Morning Star Ireland, we don't want division either. We have reached out the hand here, but there's people here that do not want us involved because they can see what we're doing. As Anthony said there, Shinadena is a great movement. Ireland First, the structure of Ireland First now. When Derek Bly had Ireland First, what was it? A party with one man running for election. We have this party now, and we have committees for education, committees for health. We've committees for media committees. We have committees for everything, and these are being run by people in the industry, in the nursing industry, doctors. Education is run by teachers, and them people put that in there. They put in their ideas in there, and we write policy from that. You can talk a little bit if you want about that, Anthony, but I think I've summed it up.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, it's similar to there's also Christianity stuff, and there's agriculture and energy, all that. And we have an event like Paul said earlier this Saturday in the Black Forge.
We have a mental health group, haven't we? Yeah, we have. I think we have a mental health group.
Well, there's a health group, but it includes SNAs and all forms of health. Get in there, and everyone will pitch in their ideas. Like there is policy for a lot of stuff. And we went through a bit of it, and we'll be going through more of it on Saturday as well. So if anyone is around, they want to drop in at 5 o'clock to the Black Forge. And we'll be doing these in probably Limerick and Cork and as many counties as we can as well. So if you can't make it to Dublin, don't worry, we'll be coming around. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be everywhere.
The idea here is, lads, as well, by the way, right? There's a lot of people in the movement who want to be career politicians, who want to take that big money and all that. None of us ever cared about any of that stuff, right? No. So what I can envision, another angle of all this as well, is imagine if you had Shinadena with enough numbers to call a rally that would march to the Dáil and march them out of the Dáil. And then you have these people from these committees, the actual experts, to replace them. Minister of Education, Minister of Health, all of that. That's what we're doing. We're funneling the expertise of the wide awake people in the movement. That's what we're doing. That's exactly what it is. So,
well, I can tell you one thing, Anthony. We're definitely not in it for the money.
No, certainly fucking not.
Definitely not. Language.
Sorry, apologies. Yeah, a bit of venom in me today. Maybe you might have seen it in a few videos.
Yeah, look, we do what we do because look, we have families to protect, children to protect. Do you know, actually, a guy messaged me earlier on today. He was out with me tonight, Carol, and he was just talking about the interview I done with Maggie Diamond Eyes, and he was just saying to me, he said, Orla, I loved the bit at the very end where you and Maggie were just talking about, do you know, who's going to put a stop to all this? And you said the mothers will, when the mothers all wake up to what's going on. I know there's a lot of mothers have woken up, but I think when the rest do wake up, that is going to be some force to be reckoned with. And I'll tell you, God help Dáil Éireann. God help those politicians when the mothers wake up to what's been done and what's coming in this country and how much danger their children is going to be in. And I'll tell you, I know the fathers are great, but I'll tell you, they won't mix with the mothers.
No. Yeah, look, and you know what, to me, she was the most enjoyable speaker there because, you know what, she brought something different to it. She brought the idea of our faith again, and it's hard to get up there and talk about something different. So it was refreshing to see a new take on it. And, you know, even she's had names. She's so
passionate, she's so into religion and everything like that, you know, with God and her family and all that. So, no, she seems a lovely woman now.
There's a lot of decent people around the movement. We're not saying that by me making these videos.
There's a lot of people who are amazing in the movement. A lot of people.
Not saying that all the people that are speaking there are this, that, and the other. I'm just saying there's an element of control by a couple of people up top. That's all I was getting at there. Yeah. So that's the way we were going.
But it is nice. It's not saying a bad thing against a lot of speakers. A lot of speakers are very good. But they need to change up the speakers. As I said, we should be listening to people who have stories to tell. Those people should be getting voices, you know?
Yeah, but the people who... asking, should Maggie come on the show? I think you've already sorted that out, Paul. Have you?
I was talking to Maggie after the protest, and I told her, I said, we have a podcast, we do 3 nights a week, Maggie. I said, would you come on one of the nights? And she said, yeah, no problem, reach out to me and I'll do it.
She will, yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't do it yet, but I will. Listen,
she's on side with us. She was on a podcast with me there a few weeks ago, and she was chatting away, and she agrees with our kind of more Christian pull on this.
Yeah.
And then when I did my video earlier on, she commented under it, and I actually thought she thought I was putting her down as well, all the speakers. So I sent a message saying that Eddie O'Grady had to put in a big message there that we weren't. I wasn't slagging you in particular or anything like that. And she goes, "No, I know, but I don't know if I'll get another chance to speak anything." And I said, "Well, if we have a Shinadena rally, the likes of Hurd, likes of Ferg, likes of Gavin Pepper, these, all them people will be." Yeah, Wake Up Eire, absolutely, all them things. But I don't want to call rallies for the sake of it. We need to have, like I said, a call for direct action at the end of each one. So if Shinadena's calling a rally here, what's going to be at the back of it? Are we going to be signing petitions? Are we going to be, what's going to be the angle here? It's going to be productive.
Okay, Eddie O'Grady, you have been trying to unite people in the movement for years. When you're watching the whole thing long enough, you realize people have been inserted to stop us going anywhere. There comes a time when you have to wake up and smell the coffee. This needs to be a movement of the people for the people, not guys playing to their egos. Too many drug dealers inserted into positions of control, also to intimidate people. People new to this don't understand what is going on behind the scenes. Well,
it's very true, Eddie. Right? Well said. It is true, because people keep saying, "Look, why don't you why don't you just all shake hands?" People don't want to shake hands. People don't want to, like I've just said it, people don't want to ring or anything like that. People don't want to talk. People want to keep you from the mic because they know you're going to be productive and there's momentum behind you. Make up excuses that you're vigilantes and you're militant and all this nonsense stuff. Look, no matter what's said, and I said this today in that video earlier on, we're going nowhere. The end of. No slagging or bullying. That's nothing. I think death threats, nothing. Nonsense. And it is nasty behind the scenes, but they're only voices and they're nothing. So we'll keep marching forward. We didn't get in it for nothing. Yeah, exactly. As you said earlier, we're not career politicians. Like I joined Reclaim Ireland in 2021. You know what I mean? To just to get my name on the ballot, because of the COVID stuff and everything else. Then COVID went, and I stayed on. You know what I mean? And look now where we are now today. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows who I am. We were there on Sunday. I'm just going to actually show. I'm going to play this thing now in a minute. It's just, but me, Ferg, and Gavin Pepper walked at the front of that protest on Sunday, because I am part of them protests. I started them protests with them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be pushed aside by anybody. I'm telling you now, by nobody. You know what I mean? I don't care who they are. So if I want to go to a protest, there's nobody going to stop me from going. I'm just going to play this here because this was sent in to me from a friend of mine who could come on now in the next few minutes. We'll see. But, I might jump off in the next few minutes, but
yeah, no problem. We've loads of stuff. We still have stuff to go through, anyway. So, yeah. Okay, I'll play this one here and we'll come back. This is just a video from someone that was sent in to me. It's not playing. Why? It's not playing. I'll pull it down. I'll have to pull it down. This WhatsApp has gone crazy the last few weeks. Like, you know what I mean?
Hold on. Is it in the media assets, Paul? No.
What
can I play from there? No, on the right drop down. No. Oh, okay.
That's Ferg's video, isn't it? That's Ferg's video.
So, yeah. We'll open it there now. Hang on. Watch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. The WhatsApp is not playing through StreamYard for some reason. You know what I mean? It's weird. Entire screen video. Yeah, but it's a good video, I have to say. We'll pop up the side there. Yeah.
Shinaba Hawalya, Shinaba Hawalya, Shinaba Hawalya, and Michel Hopton Tauring. Sheda Mahaban Balin, but the Bay or Grash to the Hinye, Bingle New Hebra, he said of Mela. To deal the Lishna Gowley. Oh, Roshinaba, Hawalya. Oh, Roshinaba, Hawalya. Oh, Roshinaba, Hawalya. And Michel Hutton Towley.
Now, actually,
Jesus,
so
there was a lot of me on that, wasn't there?
Yeah, I know. Ferg sent that on to me yesterday evening, so I seen it, right? And I actually spoke to Tom Moran, the older man, at the rally. I was just speaking to him very briefly towards the end. And he actually said that he thought it was going to be his last rally. You know, that was the last one he was going to be at. And there's actually a lovely photograph. I shared it earlier on today with him and Andy Quirk. And I just thought it was a lovely photograph of the two of them. But when you look at that, no, I didn't. No, I just reposted it and just shared it on my Facebook. But you know, when you look at that and you see all the great people involved in it, and they're in it just for, you know, the good of the cause, they're in it for their families, they're in it for their country, you know, and like there's so many fantastic people in this movement. Like there really is, you know. And like it's brilliant. Like the great thing about the rally, as I said there on Sunday, like, you know, I never got to meet Suzanne Delaney, and I was absolutely, thanks, Eddie. I was delighted to meet Suzanne, and she's such a fantastic person. She really is. And herself and Stephen Kerr with the Irish Inquiry, they do such phenomenal work. And again, like they're in it for the right reasons. Do you know what I mean? And like these people should be given shouts out. Like, I mean, I also interviewed Ross Lahive. He is such a nice guy, and he's so down to earth, and he's so genuine. And I was standing there doing the interview, and he kept bending down because my jacket kept falling down. He was picking up my jacket. And I was just like, this guy is such a nice guy. So we should be really giving shouts out to all these fantastic people in this movement who do, you know, amazing work, and they're just in it for the right reasons, you know? Yeah. And like, again, I know we talk about him a lot anyway, but like he is fantastic. He's Andy Quirk. Look at the fantastic work that he does between the flags and everything. He's amazing, right? Okay, look, he is. And he's
we all know how amazing Andy is.
Well, no, actually, hold on. I really like Ross. Ross told me that I looked an awful lot younger in real life, so I really like Ross now.
Ross is very big. He's doing a lot of Shinadena Cork. He's plugging it out massively every week. He's out with the boys. It's class. Yeah.
But he's like, look at the work Ross has done in protecting the children and everything like that. There's such fantastic people in this movement. There really is. And they should be given shout outs all the time, you know? And as I said, look, Cal that I spoke to as well, goes under Leo, our leader. Like he's speaking an awful lot out about what's going on with the shots and the injuries and things like that. Like, you know, we are very lucky to have all these people in our movement. You know, they're fantastic. And like I could be here all night listing all the people. And then again, as I said, look at all the people that watch this show. Look at the amount of people that come up to myself and Paul. Like we wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for the viewers. So again, thank you so much to every single person who supports and watches this show, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
We'd probably be here. We're just talking to ourselves, wouldn't we?
Well, we do that anyway.
That's what we used to do for about a year. Should we go live, right? Lads? I
know. You know what's really funny? Johnny from the show, right, came up when I was walking along, right, and I was already there with Daniel and Liz as well. And we're walking along in the rally, and Daniel came up and he said, "Hi, Orly." He says, "I follow you," right? And I was just laughing. I was thinking, it's the only time a man can go up and tell a woman that he's following her. It doesn't freak her out. For anyone, that means he follows the show, not following me personally.
I know what it means. I know. Sure, I'm getting it myself all the time.
And I must have had four people with me from the show, like who watched the show. It was just brilliant, like, you know. And it's so lovely to meet the people, because you recognise the names coming up, you know, but you haven't physically met them, and now you're getting to meet more and more of them, you know. And
left.
then there's people, you know, all the people who donate to us as well. You know, as I said to people,
Yeah.
I'm very generous. I'll buy Paul a tap
You're
water.
going to have to fit a full stop in there somewhere, Orla.
Listen,
No, but
I'm doing thank yous.
No, but-
Excuse me. This is your media team.
I left to go, right? We left after Gavin's speech, and I'm walking and I'm saying goodbye to people and hugging people, and so I got away, and anyway, and I got this when you're walking away, he's talking again, you know, the sort of way. So I got away and I'm walking, and I'm with Joyce or whatever, right? And I'm walking and I'm going across the bridge, right? And next thing, this woman looks and she goes, Paul Fitzsimons. I said, yeah, how are you? I follow you on the show. And she stood up and, listening to this shit again, like, you know what I mean? But it's just the way it is, like, you know what I mean? Everyone recognizes you now. You know what I mean? It's
Look at this.
Now,
Can you give
I will say one thing. He can phrase it very carefully. But Ed, I hear you're taking a lot of calls in relation to Paul and the women. Be careful how you phrase it.
Yeah, be careful how you phrase that. Irish Mammy, can you give Anto from Dublin Shinadena for coming straight over to me and offered me help to carry Jesus? I'm calling him Saint Anthony.
What's that?
Don't. That was Irish Mammy. Can you guys give Anto from Shinadena? Yeah, Anthony, come over. Niall O'Hara's a bum licker. Oh, stop, man. Surely there are government agency assets involved and embedded in the nationalist movements who will use divisionary tactics, exhausted endless loops, energy and resources aimed in the wrong direction. Yes, I do. What's this? Shinadena Balbriggan. Let me see.
Thanks, Faith.
Right, lads, I'm going to jump off now in a second. Just in a minute there, because I'm just
somebody just texted in there. Sorry, Anthony, before you go, somebody just texted in there. Shinadena not needed in Balbriggan as huge black population with young gangs. And how would you deal with Roma conflicts? Too dangerous as per video. You would only be doing Garda work. Too many needed. Not feasible as really too complex to police. I'm sorry to be negative, but infighting between non-nationals is unmanageable. Shinadena has nothing got to do with this infighting. This is a party here that's fighting with us. Nothing got to do with Shinadena. Shinadena is a separate entity, and if we get enough people on the ground in Balbriggan, you will stop this. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, you know.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is. Sorry, got a phone call mid-messaging there. Thank you. No problem. Great show, guys. Yeah, thank you. Do you want to drop off then, Anthony, and we'll soldier on?
Sound, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks for dropping in, mate.
And we will
Anthony, talk to you later.
It's been emotional.
It's been emotional.
You know what? I'm really used to. You remember? And where are you running again? We had that for ages, didn't we?
Yeah. Running again. Yeah.
You actually missed that.
I don't know where I'm going to run now. I don't know where I'm running again. I mightn't even run again.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Running into the doll.
Nowhere.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Yeah, we run into the doll to pull them over. Anyway,
yeah,
that's it. Now you have it.
Talk to you later, guys.
Go on, Anthony. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, mate.
Great.
See you later. Cheers. Bye. Well, that was nice getting Anthony to come on there for a while. Fair play to him. Jeez, we've an hour left or so.
Right, we've a load of stuff to go through, so we may start firing it out.
Okay, great show, lads. Hi, Davina, Fanula, Orla, Occident. It's just I can't keep up with this. There's too many. Fergus Pero, you cannot call something a movement when it's stifled and stagnated, and bad actors have been embedded in it just to do that. They will all fall on their own swords. This is our home, Aaron Gabra. Fair play to you, Fergus. You're dead right.
Yeah, you're right, Fergus.
Let me just put this out here. This is. I'm gonna do this again here. Present this. Gavin mustn't be coming on. He hasn't texted me, so I'm gonna put this out here. Again, Wake Up Eire tomorrow or on Thursday evening, the 26th of June at 2025, 6:30 to 9 p.m. at Rochestown Lodge Hotel, 164 Rochestown Avenue, Dunleary, Dublin. A96ETY8. That's the air code A96ETY8. Join us as we insist. Aim to do not attempt to water down the truth. Please join Barry Stone and the people from Wake Up Eire. They were there on Sunday. I had a few pictures there to put up. I was meant to do videos with them, but everything just came too quick. You know what I mean? But as I said, they're doing great work. I think everyone's seeing who they were. I think they gave out 10,000 leaflets or something there on Sunday. So the word is getting out here. People are telling, people are texting me, oh, people don't want to be hearing about vaccines and this, that, and the other anymore. This is real life. This is what's happening, people. All they are doing is highlighting this. If you forget about this government get away with what they've done. These people need to be held accountable.
Yeah.
So please, if you can help with Wake Up Eire, it's an information drop. Please drop out to them. Take one if you're going to buy in your car. Please do. Right, Orla. Faith Hope there. What's she saying? You're all doing fantastic work. Fair play to you. Shinadena are also a fantastic group of people working hard to protect communities. Thanks very much, Faith. Fair play to you. Laughing my ass off. Fair play, Sarah Hardy. What did Sarah Hardy put up there? Did she put up something funny? Sarah Hardy. Fergus Power, they will indeed fall on their own swords. Someone need a push. Happy to be the arm. They will. I'm telling you now. Joe, the Wally Brolly sisters, number 2 and aim 2. Don't fall for Sinn Féin light. No, we won't. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go through some of the stuff you sent me there. Leo the leader.
That's Cal. Yes, that's probably, is that the he did a quick interview with the homeless man.
Homeless lad, yeah.
The young lad.
Will that play, okay, just let me see. Will that share if I present it? I get bastard. I'm at the moving there. Come back. How did that happen? Put that back there. Okay. I have 3 screens here, so it's at the move on one of the screens. Present, share screen, entire screen. Now this probably won't play now through this, will it?
Lastly, he's 23. 23, his mother and father are not around, and he's wandering around the fucking Irish streets looking for money. How's it going, folks? I'm in Temple Bar. We've had a great protest, and actually, I just happened to meet a homeless Irish person called Dean, and I said to him, "Why have you not got a gaff? Dean, why have you not got a gaff?"
I'm homeless. I was fostered, and on top of that, I'm in the hostels for my own reasons, but on top of that, I have nowhere to live, and I'm not getting housing. They said 10 years. It's unfair. People are getting housed, and I'm an Irish citizen. I should be by this government.
Are you a drug dealer or something?
No, nothing like that. I was fostered, and I was in the system from a young age.
And did you ask for help from the government?
I asked for help, and they told me 10 years for housing. It can be a common problem that foreigners are coming in and getting housed quickly, or more quickly than some Irish people. I think that's the fact of it.
There you go. Spread this, share it, like the post, share it all around. This is a good Irish man. He's on the fucking streets. I'm going to give him a few quid to look after him. Not that I'm a fucking saint, but we should be looking after our Irish people. Shame on you, you cunts in government, that this Irish man fucking asking me for money. Why should any Irish man ask for anybody for fucking money? They should be looked after in this country. Savage.
Fair play to Cal. We must get Cal on one night as well. And Cass.
Oh, he's brilliant, because I did the interview with him at the rally, and he's exactly what he is on TikTok. But did anyone notice that man? See the way he was like this? And he was like, his arm, you know, the way he was covering his chest. Like, you do that normally when you're cold. Like, you no jacket or anything on him. This was nighttime. Like, he's a young man, and he's out wandering the streets. It's an absolute and utter disgrace what's going on. And then you've all the foreigners in hotels.
There's a space going on there now on Tuesday News and Chats. Anthony Casey, time to shake things up a bit. Yeah, that was his video there from earlier. And that's what they're discussing on the space there now at the minute. So, yeah, so lovely. That's grand. If they're talking about it, that's good. Everyone's talking about it. So, brilliant. Lads, we're up to 1,400 there. Fair play to everyone that's tuned in tonight. We're bombing it here tonight. We are. Fair play. Again, you can join us there on FitzyDub, at FitzyDub, at Anthony L. Casey, at RuggerMorph27, on Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, Freedom Network, and Martin Murphy, and www.theirishchannel.com/live. You can comment. You can buy us a coffee. Please buy us a coffee if you can. There's the stripe thing there. And as I said, we've hit 1,400 at the minute. Fair play to everyone. Keep sharing. You can get us on that too on the 089 203 1521. Fair play to you, Daniel. Thanks for sending that in to me. What's this one now? Okay, what's it? Roma and Ballyfermot today. People in the chipper overheard him talking about the shit in Balbriggan. We never had Roma around here. Okay. I'll play that one now in a minute. But Orla, we need to go on to what was another one for you? Well, the homeless. Let's talk about the homeless here, the kids on the streets. Like we have 15,500 homeless
Nearly
people.
16,000 homeless, yes.
Nearly 16. 5,500 of them are kids. You know, come on. In this day and age, while you're bringing in the third world and you're housing the third world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all getting apartments. They're getting apartments all over the country. They're going into these iPad centres and they're sitting there for a couple of weeks, or else they go into a tent and then they get moved to an iPad centre and then they're shipped on then into their own house.
Yeah.
Like there's people on the housing list here 20 years aren't getting houses. Like, you know what I mean? There's 5 separate houses. Jeez, look at that in my hand. Ooh. There's 5 separate housing lists.
Remember, we know that's true because remember a letter went out saying that anyone from IPAS would end up getting a house. So we know now that they are getting houses over the Irish. And again, anyone up in Dublin who wants to help out with the homeless, there is a fantastic charity up there called Liberty Soup Run. So get in contact with them. If you want to donate money, or if you want to donate food or clothing or whatever to them, give them a shout out. They're called Liberty Soup Run in Dublin. Now, there's other homeless charities all over Ireland, so check them out as well, because you're going to have homelessness in the likes of the bigger cities like Limerick, Cork, Galway. So go to your local homeless charity and see, just offer whatever support you can, because we need to start looking after our own people.
What was it you said there? What would happen to an Irish person if they were caught once, Paul? 2-tier placing. Oh, Slovakian man, Tez Truth there. Let me just check that there. We'll talk about that. Boom. Okay, Slovakian man caught for 5th time driving without insurance while serving 10-year ban, given suspended sentence. Why do I find that not hard to believe? Michael Jurovic, 46, pleaded guilty to having no driving licence or insurance and racked up his 13 conviction. We truly are the joke of a country. There simply is zero deterrent for criminals in Ireland. There is zero deterrent for foreign criminals in Ireland, mate. You know, I'm being serious. That's the problem here. I saw, and I was in the courts a couple of weeks ago. I only finished up, I told you. I seen a guy that was on his 2nd tax and insurance thing, and he got 6 months. Handed straight down to him, 6 months. He was there with his bag and everything. He knew he was getting locked up. An Irish fella. This fella's on his 5th one, on his 5th time with driving without insurance while serving a 10-year ban. And he walked away. Look. It's disgraceful, isn't it?
It's
a two-tier justice system here in this country. It really is.
I have another one from Terry Kay. He again is another man that's very that's brilliant over on X, and give him a follow. He puts up an awful lot of statistics in relation to the crimes in the courts.
Yeah, hold on now. Not that one. No.
I think I sent over 2 or 3 because he had a few.
It's public safety, is it?
Be under Terry Kay anyway.
No. This one here. Did you send me that one from Suzanne?
Yeah, I sent you a video from Suzanne because it wasn't played.
Yeah, that was the one from Adrian Kennedy in them, was it?
Yes, yeah, that's very important to play because it just shows how corrupt our mainstream media are. Well, then, I mean, they're getting 750 million, so of course they're corrupt.
Of course they are. I'm just changing my ears here. Someone said to me today, "Oh, only one side of my earphones is working." I said, "No way." I said, "How do you know?" She says, "Well, I can't hear it." I said, "Is it in your ear?" She said, "Oh, no, it's not." How are you meant to hear it? It was not in your ear, like, you know what I mean? It was like a blonde moment, you know. Right, let me just go with this one, Adrian Kennedy, and this, because we have a few to go through.
Yes.
This is the lovely Suzanne.
Radio DJ presenters in Ireland called Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon. Why? On the 3rd of October 2023, did you say on your Opinions Matter podcast that the day before, an attempted child abduction by an African migrant, who was naked, by the way, never happened? So this alleged abduction, which is not alleged anymore because he was in court this week, involved him going into a shopping centre in the middle of the day and attempting to drag a child, a very young child who was visually impaired, away from her mother. He then picked up that child and he threw her. And when Gardaí came to arrest him, he spat blood and saliva in their faces. When the little girl was interviewed by Gardaí, she said she was terrified for her life and she thought that she would be dragged away and kidnapped forever. So apparently our opinions actually don't matter in this country anymore, and facts don't matter either. Not only did she deny that this happened, but she said that we should feel nothing but sympathy for this man. Really? We should feel sympathy for this man. I feel sympathy for the child. I feel sympathy for the mother. I feel sympathy for mothers who are just like me, who can't let their children out to play. Just the other day in Mullingar, there was 2 little girls approached by a woman with a non-native accent who tried to drag the 7-year-old away by the hand. Now, that's a whole other video about child sex trafficking and how women are actually more likely to commit this crime. And this is what we're importing now. And the reason why they're more likely to commit this crime is because they don't warrant the same suspicion as men. Also this week in Athlone, there was a man, an African asylum seeker, in court for raping a schoolgirl. Back in February, when that actually happened, the media came out and said that the Gardaí had released a statement to say that this rape had never occurred. So we're being totally lied to. I can't let my child out to play. She's never been out to play on her own before. And she said to me recently that when she's old enough to be able to go outside by herself, she won't want to play anymore. And that broke my heart. And I just don't know how much longer people in this country can keep putting up with the lies we're being told and, you know, the withholding of facts. These media people who get very well paid are putting our children at risk because they're not informing the public of the truth. Therefore, there's a lot of people letting their kids outside to play who just think that these attempted child abductions are rubbish. They're not rubbish. They are happening. So, answer the question, Adrian and Jeremy. Why did you tell lies? Because you did lie. And why did you ask us to feel sympathy for this man? Is it because he's allegedly schizophrenic? Quite frankly, I don't care if he's schizophrenic, because we shouldn't be letting people into this country who have serious mental health difficulties. And does it negate the crime if somebody has a mental health issue anyway? Is it going to make a difference to that child if she's abducted and raped and murdered? Is it going to make a difference to the parents? Is it going to make a difference to the psyche of the public of this small country? When these things happen in a small country, it will psychologically affect everybody, as if we're not going through enough as it is. So the pair of you both have big mouths. So I'd really like to see what you have to say about this.
Excellent. So Suzanne is over on X, and definitely give her a follow. Herself and Stephen do absolutely fantastic work with the Irish Inquiry. You're muted.
Probably better off being muted, was he?
There's Darren's comment, 100%. How can you believe a media outlet when they're getting paid 750 million? Like, do you know, of course the government propaganda. Of course they're going to do what the government want.
Politics have destroyed some good men. Yeah, some of the good men. Hi, boy Speedos into boat either. Yeah. Carl, Casper Phoenix Parks. Lovely this time with Casper. Yeah, okay. Banty McEnany is to me one of the most evil men in Ireland. Yes, you are dead
He's
right.
sold. You sell your soul, there's nothing left.
Yeah, I'm just looking for Gavin's video there from Banty from yesterday.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, let me just see. I thought I had it downloaded, but it doesn't seem to be there. Councillor Gavin Pepper, let's see. The hardest working councillor in this country. Probably the only working bleeding councillor in the country. But yeah, let's just throw this up here. Yeah, so can I sit down? Can I sit down there and ask you a question? He's mad, he is. Isn't he? He's mental. He doesn't give a shit where he goes. He'll go anywhere, and fair play to him, you know. I'm going to play this here, and we'll come back. This was Banty.
Can I sit down and have a word with you? No. No?
Why not?
Is it true you're at the Boy Avondale house? Is any truth to that? That's not true. Tell me, Banty, how do you feel? How do you sleep at night when you're doing what you're doing to your country? Huh? How do you feel about it? Do you not care about Irish families that are struggling and are forgotten about while you're making millions?
Nothing to say. Nothing to say, man.
Why not?
Is it true you're at the Boy Avondale house?
Yeah.
Sure, he doesn't care. Do you know why would he care?
Why
if he cared,
would
he wouldn't have
care?
taken that money.
Scumbag. He's a scumbag. But you know what someone said to me today? A mate of mine rang me today, and he says to me, all these lads who are running for elections and all with you, as he said, that are all fighting witches and everything else. He said, do you not think if they had €100 million or apartments and everything else, they just rent them out and give them away to these iPads for another 200 million a year? And the answer is probably yes. They probably would. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I wouldn't. I'd rather be on my knees than have anything to do with these iPad centres. I'm being honest with you. I'd rather give it away than have anything to do with them, you know?
Over my dead body, would I do something like that? Because I have what's called a conscience. And do you think I'd put any young girl or any young boy or anything like that in jeopardy for money? No, because they forget something very important here, right? Life might be hunky-dory for them at the moment with all this money, but at the end of this, they have to answer to God for what they've done and what could end up happening. So, you know, their time is coming.
I don't know whether, sorry, let's see, have you the video of Stephen Kerr trying to ask Banty some questions? Well, I have it there, yes, and I'm going to play it now.
Oh, is this the one where he's in the car, is it?
Yeah, where he chases him.
Oh, and the guards there protecting him. And then he's up illegally parking as well. It's a great life for some, isn't it?
Ah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'll play this and I'll come back in a minute.
Why did you allow him park illegally there, guys? And he's allowed park illegally on the corner of the path. That's amazing, isn't it? As a government city council, the school. Is the bank paying all the guards to look after him today?
Destroying it.
Here he is up here. He can't get out.
That's his car. That's his car. He can't get out. Can't get out up there. Can't get out up there. No. Can you get out? You can't get out up there.
No, here, come on.
Here, quick, because it cut out when I was doing it. Look at these guys.
There's audio recording there.
You can't get out there.
No.
130 million buys you a lot of space.
Go back there or go there. Call me if he comes back. Suzanne, call me if he comes down there. Guards following us around here. They don't want to. Someone should stay there. Yeah, he can't. He has to go out there.
You can't get out that way. No. All right.
Are you okay, guard?
Yeah, I'm okay. You okay?
Yeah. Can I help you?
Do you not think that lady wants it?
Sorry?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I go. Honestly. It's a terrible waste of your time, lads, isn't it? With all the crime that's going on in the country. I mean, he's had a hard enough job as it is without giving this fella an escort.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, did he get out? Is there a way out here? Is there? Guards just after getting a call there said all's good. So they got a call. They've got Banty home safe, it seems. Is he gone? Is he gone, guards?
Oh, hey.
You got a call there from someone? Your superiors let you know he's gone, he's safely home?
It's mental, isn't it? There's children being raped in this country and houses being robbed and cars being robbed, and you can't get a guard when you need one. But there you go. Banty makes a phone call from the courts and he's escorted out of there. Money talks.
You should be escorted in to the courts and on to Mountjoy.
Yeah. My God. My God above, we are like lambs to the slaughter here. Yeah. Traitors. The Garda are private security. Yes, they are. The GAA Grab All Association. Listen, we need to sit down and talk about this. When is that? The 27th? It's not the 27th, is it? Is it this weekend? No. I don't think it is. Irish Inquiry doing Trojan work too. Yes, they are. And
they are.
Please follow the Irish Inquiry. If you're not already following them, Suzanne and Stephen do great work. If I won the lotto, I'd put it all into saving the country. I'm going to be honest with you. We spoke about this about a week and a half ago about winning the 250 million. If you won it, you'd buy half of a county, wouldn't you? And I just wall it in and just get everyone into it. And homeless and whatever. Well, we'd have a homeless part outside, but I'd have myself in there and a load of cabins and the whole lot, and just have your own little community. You know what I mean? A few machine guns on the turrets on the top, a few snipers. You know what I mean? That'd be it. Nobody get near us. Helicopter coming in and out. You know what I mean? Davina, Shannon Street, where I think it was sold. That was in Cork, yeah. Used to be full of Irish working class businesses, cobblers, bankers, undertakers, now full of outsiders, totally take over. I was only talking about this today to somebody on the phone. There was two guys walk by, two Indian fellas, buddy. Now, every shop in this area, there's Indian workers in them. There's no Irish workers. The manager of the garage is Irish. Everyone else is Indian. Everyone else. Paul, you have enough money with that sitting room.
Yeah. Look at the piano in the background. Yeah.
27th of July, All Ireland final, Paul, shut down on protest. Yeah. Listen, that's a good call, Dave Daly. That's a good call, mate. We'll talk about this. You know, but all you're going to do is let's be honest, you're only going to stop the supporters from going in there. We're not actually shutting down the country as such. You know what I mean? You're going to piss off a load of GAA supporters. You know what I mean? Do you really want to be doing that? You know, I don't know whether that would be a good call or not. You know what I mean? But if you shut down the train stations and everything else and the bus stations and the airports, these people can't get to the match, can they? So they can't really say, oh, boycotting the GAA then, you know? But you'd have to give a few backhanders to get planning, Paul. Yes, you would. You'd have 250 million, mate. You wouldn't really need to be giving much backhand. You know, you wouldn't even know the backhanders. Your interest on that would be pay for the backhanders. Wait till we get the Taj Mahal erected in the Phoenix Park. Yeah. If I won the lotto, I'd buy property in D4 for that. So would I. I said that as well last year. If I won the lotto, I'd buy. Me and Gavin were only talking about this here, about winning the 250 million. And we were talking about we go out to Dalkey and buy that whole apartment block facing Pat Kenny's house. There's about 20 apartments in it. Buy the whole lot and move them all out of town, out into it. All the homeless people out of town, move them out into it. Yeah, it'd be great. Irish ferries have no Irish staff. Only Stena have Irish captains. Yeah, I remember. I worked on the ferries years ago. So what, Paul? We are trying to save our country. No, I know that. I get that. I've no problem. We'll sit down and we'll talk about this. We'll discuss this. I don't mind, but I don't care how I piss off, to be honest with you. I must wear my T-shirt next week. I'll wear my T-shirt next week and you'll see how much I don't care about pissing people off.
And actually, put up screenshots about, is it the place in Athlone I sent on? Because they actually mentioned the warden of it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God.
They mentioned what?
The warding.
This is horrendous among previous convictions. No. Athlone, hold on.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it?
No, I'm going down through them here. Feel like crap. No, that was the message from the other day. Okay, sorry. Carlo shop. 15 minute city. No, that's not it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Let's go with this one. Boom. Blueprint. Okay, I think is there a picture of that as well? No, hang on.
Yeah, there probably is before it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. The 5 billion plan to turn that loan into a green city unveiled. Somebody was only texting about this earlier on. Yeah. A 5 billion master plan has been unveiled for a new green city in that loan as a solution for Ireland's future population growth. A new green city. Okay. The blueprint by Ballymore Group aims to cater for a population of 100,000 by 2040.
2040.
Yeah, that's the agenda, isn't it? We did have 10 million in by 2040. Yeah. The details were outlined by the group's founder and chairman, Sean Mulryan, who shared his vision for a sustainable planned 15-minute city.
What's that? 15 minutes city? I thought that was a conspiracy theory.
I was just going to say that to you. A conspiracy theory that was. Do you remember? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Someone's just saying in the comments, Gran Torino's gaff. Yeah. Rowan did have this as his background as well. I bought this gaff off Rowan. The stakeholder 15-minute city with a wide range of stakeholders, including government ministers and opposition spokespeople, and with senior figures across the Irish education sector, industry, state agencies, and local authorities. The plan, which Mr. Mulryan spoke about it in detail in the Business Post today, was later confirmed by his company. The plan proposes the extension of the TUS University campus in Athlone to facilitate 25,000 students. The plan also proposes the construction of a 5,000-bed eco-friendly student village. Ministers, teachers.
It sounds like everything will be in that city and everything will be very convenient. So really, people won't need to leave that city, will they?
No, that's the 15-minute city. That's it.
Hold on a second. I need to take off my tinfoil hat.
I'll leave it on. Leave it on. Yeah.
There you go.
See Richie's food and nature event where Hurley was cancelled 4 days. Yeah, I did see that. It was disgraceful. They were doing a food and nature event in what was the name of the place? I don't know what the name of the place was. I do follow them on TikTok, but I just don't like the way they do all the foodie stuff, you know. But they're good crack. They're funny guys. They really are. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was stopped. That was due Friday, and they got word yesterday, 4 days before the event, after people had bought tickets and everything else. But it was the lefties who got it stopped. Yeah, because they were at the protest on Sunday. The lads were at the protest on Sunday, and they were seen at the protest. Now, people, this is getting disgraceful. I'm going to be honest with you. What is the name of that place? I don't know what the name of it is. Does anyone know the name of it there? If you throw it into the thing here. I remember seeing it. Open prison or COVID was a trial run.
Yeah. So we know that. We know for lockdowns, yeah. Not allowed outside the 5K.
Yes. Angie's just asking, did Crown Paints get a new owner, Paul? No, the builder has left the building. So has the security. Alan Mains is gone, and so is the builder, Paul. What's his name? Oh, what's his bleeding name? He's the Cork fella. The builder that had it anyway. He's gone. He pulled out. So the owners are still there. I think it's the Howards that own it. They still own it. But it's after being given. It's supposed to be given back to the public. Well, it's supposed to be used for public amenities and little school and apartments, all to go to the people of Coolock. We'll see how that works out, but that's the planning anyway, you know. Sheepdog. How to explain sustainability while simultaneously saying you want to double the population? Riddle me that. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Paddock Carneys. That's who it was. Yeah, Paddock Carneys. So people, boycott Paddock Carneys. Anyone who's watching this, boycott Paddock Carneys, because listen, he should not have done what he did. You know what I mean? To be taking this shit off the lefties and they were at this protest. That's what's stopping people from going to protests. Is the likes of this crap. You know what I mean? That you're boycotting, and make sure you boycott. Just boycott it, Paddock Carneys. Boycott it. The lad said not to take it out on Paddock Carney's, but I would take it out on Paddock Carney's. Boycott it. Yeah. Don't forget the mosques yet. Pedo Carney's. And they're both gaslot, great personality. Also because Ken O'Flynn invited him to the Dáil, and Richie was fairly open about how he felt about this government. Yeah, I seen him. He's a big enough fella as well, Richie, I have to say. Mags Watson, cities will parts will become ghettos. Yes. Lady of Eire, what days do you go live on your channel? I don't know, but put it up there and we can tell you what days and we'll put it out for you. Don't really anyone anymore, Aaron, is it? Was that in Amiens Street? I don't know. I don't know where it is, to be honest with you. Liz Pepper, sure the burglars will get put off, so thinking it was already. Right, that's a 15-minute city done.
Marcus de Bruin about the nursing homes.
Yes, put that up there now. I want to play Trump as well before we go. Brilliant video from Donald Trump, I have to say. They keep pulling our attention elsewhere, but hundreds died in nursing homes, abandoned, unprotected, no inquiry, no answers. We don't move on, we don't forget. Not while the truth remains buried. COVID-19 nursing home and residential bore the brunt of the pandemic. Yeah.
100%. There needs to be a serious inquiry as to what went on in those nursing homes during that time, and how many of our elderly, died under, suspicious circumstances. And fair play to Dr. Marcus de Bruin for continuously speaking out. And he's another man that people should follow over next.
I just jumped out for a second there, all because I was just eating a nut.
Sure, this crap doesn't happen on News Talk. I sent you, I think I did the video from the Black Lair. Sent it back over to you. He's very good now. I like his stuff. Yeah, but I re-sent the link again. So it should be down the bottom again.
That's old news.
Yeah, because we didn't play him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's old news now.
No, but he's not talking in general stuff. But he's actually very good on TikTok, the stuff he comes out with.
I know, but I'm on Anthony Casey here. I'm not saying
he'd be above Anthony.
There's nobody above Anthony. Stop that.
Move me from the main screen.
I saw it just went off on it. Everything just stopped. Yeah. It's very hard to get stuff like that.
Very hard to get a decent co-host.
All the stories many happened live. I totally messed up the message about earlier. Okay, I'll do that now in a minute. I have to sort this for Orla first. I'm not finding it, Orla. But Irish Mammy earlier posted up a shout out to Anto from Dublin, Shinadena. He saw I was struggling with the Jesus flag on Sunday. He came straight over and spent hours carrying it around with me. I have a spinal injury, so he literally saved the day for me. Not known to thank him. Just Anto from Dublin, Shinadena. He was my Saint Anthony on the day. I love the show, guys. Keep it up. We'll get you, Anto.
I saw that message earlier on. Is that Anthony, or what Anthony is that?
No, I'd say it was one of the lads from the Dublin Shinadena group.
Fair play to them.
Orla, you look lovely on the big screen.
No, nobody wants to be looking at me.
You can only imagine what really went on. Yes, sheepdog. It's beyond my comprehension how you just ignore the will of the people. It's obvious they hold us in contempt. The gloves are off as far as I'm concerned. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Check this out. What's this now? Check out the headlines in the UK. Push up band dogs. I love this. Love this. I was only talking to someone today about this. Yeah. Check out the headline from the UK today. Now there's a push to ban dogs, and in Wales, City Council was considering designating some parks and public areas dog-free zones to be inclusive and respect of the customs of recent immigrants. The hell with their customs, that this is our country. And videos of people eating in public during Ramadan being harassed and told they need to stop that and only obey Islamic fasting during Ramadan. Oh, and there's also a proposal for the law explicitly banning child marriages, as that is necessary now as child marriages are happening even more. Thanks for that. Fair play to you.
I just sent you on a video that we hadn't played, and I want to see if people can spot what's in the background of this man talking. And also, there's another 2 screenshots in relation to the burqas or the hijabs.
Okay. Share file.
I really love my parents, they love me, but I don't even want to live with each other forever, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a teacher, I have a good career behind me. I don't see a future where I'm able to affordably rent somewhere near my work or affordably rent somewhere where I want to live for the rest of my life.
Was it the flag in the background?
Yeah, just play it at the very beginning, for the first guy, right? So he's 27. Yeah, him. So he's 27 and he is still living at home, right? And he's out supporting Palestine, but yet he can't get his own house. I mean, this is what you're dealing with. Like, it's ridiculous. You know?
These people are brainwashed. These are brainwashed.
Yeah.
These are college students who are I'm glad I didn't go to school for that much. Well, I did go to school, right?
Yeah.
I just learned me how to read, write, and arithmetic. You know, the usual 3 hours.
Now, the one in relation to the mask, the burqa mask, that's up a little bit, but I think it's very important to highlight this as well. It's 2 screenshots. No, it's not a video, it's 2 screenshots. It's an article.
Yeah, I see it there. This is in Belfast. Public safety means showing your face. In Belfast, only rarely encounters full facial coverings, such as the burqa in public areas. Security considerations discourage people from obscuring their faces entirely, and any individual who does so may be challenged. Covering one's face, be it in a mask or a burqa, entirely prevents engagement. Complete facial concealment is no longer associated with concealment of intent, sometimes even with threats to public safety. If a person were to walk into a West Belfast cafe, say, wearing a burqa, then the person would be immediately overpowered and unmasked, and rightly so. How do you know if someone with their face covered is an ordinary person or a sectarian gunman? People instinctively feel uneasy around those concealing their faces. Yeah.
But look at some of these now. They're completely covered. You're not even seeing their eyes anymore. They're totally covered over. Like,
have you seen the ones with the letterbox?
No, but there's ones now where they don't even have that. Like, they're completely covered over.
Yeah, I know. Some of them are really bad, like really bad. But like
anybody could be, could pretend to wear them and be some sort of a terrorist, So how are you going to know? You can't see their faces.
But we don't, but they're all terrorists. You know what I mean? The splinter cells sitting all around this country just waiting to go. I'm telling you now. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. I spoke about it on the show 2 weeks ago about the iPass centres being 80% Muslims and people coming in and kissing your man's hand. And no, come on. You know what I mean? Ban that shite in Ireland. Ban that shite everywhere. Yeah. I think they have banned a terror attack happened in France. Oh, hold on there. 2 hours ago, Legion of Men. Just as these come in, I'm throwing them out here because a warm welcome to asylum seekers. They came for music. Instead of 145 people were stabbed with syringes. Most of them were women. This was in France. Terror attack happened in France recently. Nearly 150 people stabbed and injected with mystery fluid at a music festival. That's mental.
Jesus Christ.
They don't know who done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Surely there's cameras and everything that they can look at through here.
But
you know what I mean?
It's not that, Paul. This was sort of going on in nightclubs as well. It happens so they use these tiny little needles, and it happens so fast that it's barely even noticeable. They're not going to know who done it.
Yeah.
Now this is when I'm talking about this has been going on in nightclubs and all that. This is by obviously, young lads and things like that. But again, they're using such tiny needles that it's done in a second.
I have a picture. You're gonna love this, Orla. It's old Tom.
Ah. Oh,
Doesn't
look, is
Tom
that
look
Andy?
gorgeous? Doesn't Tom look gorgeous?
Very handsome man. Very handsome man. Look who's next to him now.
Stop.
Oh, poor Andy. God love him.
I'll get you back here now over this.
Yeah. Who sent that on to you?
Did you send that to me? No.
Oh, did I?
No, you didn't.
All right. Oh, actually, that reminds me. There is another. There's another post there to go up to as well. Another article in relation to Grip Media and what they're teaching in the schools about illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And I find this quite interesting as well that this is going on.
Gripped. Ah, yeah. I read this myself. I read this the other day. Yeah. Illegal immigration doesn't exist. Students are being taught. A state-funded NGO has published an anti-racism teaching toolkit for Irish schools, urging teachers to tell students as young as 13 that illegal immigration doesn't really exist, and that statements such as the only race is the human race, or I don't see colour, are in fact racist microaggressions. The toolkit developed by Cork Migrant Centre claims to provide schools with classroom resources to promote intercultural competence and anti-racism. The organisation receives public money from the Department of Equality and the Department of Justice. Like, I'm going to be honest, my daughter's going to secondary school now, and she knows all about these illegal immigration and everything else, so she'll tell them it's bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. She will, because I have my kids, I'm not saying brainwashed, but they know exactly what's going on, as does every other child.
Like, what exactly is that? Is that not classed as disinformation? Because that is something that's put out that is on purpose, that is not true.
Yeah,
of course, there is illegal immigration coming in here. So we featured the articles over in Europe saying that there is no vetting. There is no vetting system. So nobody has an idea who's strolling into this country.
You come in here with no passport, you are an illegal immigrant.
Exactly. Or no paperwork or fake passports or anything like that. But that is actually technically disinformation. That is put out on purpose to mislead people.
Yeah, fair play, Fitzy. Thanks, Casper. It's upside down. It's not upside down, you go, show you. It's not upside down.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I can see it over on the screen.
You have the young ones clued in, Paul. I have them well clued in. I'm telling you now, all my kids are well clued in. They won't be taking vaccines. They don't talk to strangers, especially Muslims and everything else. They don't. Now, they go to school with kids. There's kids in their classes and the whole lot. I get that. But they do not talk to anyone else other than, and they know who these people are. I'm pointing them out to them all the time. Look, no, not him, not her, not him, not her. They know. They know where all the iPass centers are. They know everything. It's the way to have it. You have to. You know what I mean?
I know.
You have to do it. There's no Anto Dublin Shinadena. Thanks, Paul. Okay. He must have just said his name was Anto. When the boys speak out, they were branded as Andrew Tate fans. Yeah, exactly. I see colour and there's too much blacks and browns and not enough non-blacks and browns. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Paul, but if your child says that in school, will say
Yeah, I
that she's
know.
at risk
Yeah.
of being in a racist house.
Mhm.
Yeah, let them. Yeah. We'll just take them out of school. Simple.
Mm.
I'm the father. I'm the father. End of story. You don't tell my child what to do or what way to think. You know what I mean? My child has, all of them have their own minds. Sarah Malone. My kids are told the truth too. And if the teachers argue, I insist meeting to debate on. Yes, I'm the same. I've been more times
Fair play,
to the
Sarah.
principals. I've been more times to the principal's office over masks, vaccines,
Mhm.
LGBT shite in the school. He promised
But
me
do you
there'd be
remember
none of
the
that shit
schools? I
coming
know
in.
there was a school in Kilkenny did it. Do you remember there was a school or certain schools where they were told they were going on a day trip? They were bringing the kids on a day trip to the mosques, and if they didn't go, the kids were going to be punished. Like whatever points was taken off them or whatever was going to be done. Like, would that be done to the Muslim students in the school and told, well, if you don't go to a Catholic church, you're going to get points taken off you or this, that, and the other? Well, I'll tell you, a friend of mine, she emailed into the headmaster over it. I'd say the headmaster's ears are still bleeding since then. That was last year.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But that's what people need to be doing. Like, people standing back and doing nothing is getting us nowhere. Like, people complain, give out. The more people that do that, then they'll back down.
Okay, I've just got this sent in there. Posting for a member as a warning to all. Dundalk Dolls, Michelle Quinn. This is open for debate. Any negative comments or any racial comments will be deleted and then the person suspended from the group. Michelle, can you put this up in the Dundalk Dolls Anon group? I was on the Happiness bus home with my two daughters, 3 years old, and this Arabic man kept looking at my daughters. I just kept turning around in the seat. This man kept winking and trying to engage them in conversation. I ignored this. Then he came and sat right behind us. And despite there being 10 or so other free seats, at this stage I froze up. Then he started to run his hands through one of my daughter's hair. I couldn't say anything because I didn't know what he was capable of. I just put my arms around my daughter. And then a minute later, he got up, excited, exited the bus, and then smirked at me through the window. I came home absolutely rattled and shaken to my husband. I reported this to Gardaí, and although I doubt that they'll do much about it, I need to make people aware it's just not normal.
That's disgusting.
That's
like, there's no other word for them. They're pedophiles. You're interested in a child, you are a pedophile. It's as simple as that. And if we cannot protect the children in this country, then what are we as a nation?
Yeah, exactly. Well, where are we? 2:12. All right, I'll have a look here. Whatever. I've one more. We'll go one more. Will we? I'll tell you what I want to do. Anthony, I want to play this song. There's a new song.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see this. This is Anthony's song, is it?
Song, The Divide of Eire. Yeah, I'm going to play this. I'm going to run in and make a cup of tea. I can hear it in my ear. So I won't. There's only 5 minutes left or whatever. We'll play this and come back.
I was going to try a song called The Divide of Eire. I'm only at the writing it, so give me a chance with this, all right? On the streets of Dublin, where children used to play, where the pillars were blown down, and young Helga sailed her away. On a Sunday morning, on a rainy summer's day, at the gates of the Geo War, as the tricolours lead the way. Tell me what's the purpose? Tell me what's the goal? Have the men all lost their vision? Well, the state corrupts their soul. Tell me what's the purpose if we can't see the truth? As the people form in circles and the vibe bleeds on our youth. On the streets of Limerick, where the elder people pray for a time gone without fear, where the treaty was etched in grey. On the Monday morning, another seated day in May, blue vests of the SND speak on the profiteers shall pay. Tell me what's the purpose? Tell me what's the goal? Have the men all lost their vision? Will the state corrupts their soul? Tell me what's the purpose if we can't see the truth?
as the people form in circles and the vibe bleeds on our youth. On the streets of Cork, where the rebels claimed their stay, on the grounds of the Grand Parade, where young Collins had his say. The Irish fill the bread line where its state creates the way, and the children sleeping homeless while the sky seems oh so grey. Tell me what's the purpose, tell me what's the goal, and the men are lost their vision while the state corrupts their soul. Tell me what's the purpose if we can't see the truth, as the people form in circles and the vibe bleeds on our youth.
I didn't see you coming back there, Ola. Now I know where you were gone.
I've sent you on two things there. So I was going through a couple of things we missed. So there's a screenshot and there's also a video. They're quick anyway, or the video is very quick.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Anthony. Fair play. It's not a bad song now. I'm not really.
No, it's not too bad. He's given good advertisement for the old polo shirt.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He hasn't left it open since he played in Galway.
I know.
It falls off him at the scatter.
I know.
Can I be a backup singer? Of course you can, Anne-Marie. Of course you can. Come on Saturday evening, he might sing it live for you, and you can do the ooh in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't on about it. Okay. Google John, 10 out of 10. Okay.
Right. Do you want to do that screenshot and that video quickly because we're finishing up?
Okay, so I'm going to present this one. Boom, boom, boom. Bulgarian man accused of raping a 12-year-old girl in Newtown, Hamilton, granted bail. Jesus Christ, come on.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, in Newtown, Hamilton, granted bail. Trigger warning. Hamid Halbrin Hamid, 37, appeared in Newry Crown Court on Friday for a bail application, having recently spent more than 2 years in custody. The allegations against Hamid relate to an assault nearly 6 years ago. He is accused of attempted rape of a child, causing or inciting a child under the age of 14 to engage in a sexual act, and 2 counts of sexual assault against the child. The prosecution stated that the child told the classroom assistant that she was anally raped and sexually assaulted the night before. 14 years of age. Jesus Christ almighty. But he's been in custody for 2 years. Obviously, he's been doing a sentence.
But look at where it says the assault was nearly 6 years ago. What in God's creation is he still doing in this country?
Yeah. I'd say
he's a danger to every child and woman in this country. Why is he still here?
That just boils my blood. I swear to God, it boils my blood.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to be honest, lads. Someone like that just needs to be hung up and gutted. I'm sorry, and let him bleed out. I really don't care. That's what needs to happen to these people. And make an example of him. This should not be tolerated in this country. If that was down here, Judge Nolan would give him a suspended sentence.
Oh yeah, sure. We know that. We know that.
What we're dealing with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lots of Turks live in Bulgaria. Horrendous, dirty filth, horrendous. 100% order. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Davina. No, these people just granted bail. Yeah, good man, and keep it clean. Yeah. Exactly, Orla. There's nothing in the papers up there either about this. You're not going to hear this.
This is what I mean. Go over to Terry Kay on X. He has all this stuff all featured. Like he has post after post after post. Like he's doing fantastic work. And like that's where I'm getting it from. Like, where's all this featured? It's not.
It's crazy. No, it's disgraceful. It's.
Yeah, there's the video there. Just to play it. I know we're nearly. I know we're nearly up.
Yeah, we've another few minutes. Go on, I'll play this. You see, now it's messing. You see, this is what happens. It messes with this shit. Just bear with me, all right? We'll stop sharing for a minute. Watch what happens then. I'll take this. I'll pull it down. Bang, bang, bang. Save as. Boom. Then open it. What's this about, Audit? Your kids being educated.
I can't read it.
What? Go on,
This is a video from before. Do you not realise how much social media I have to stroll through every day?
Yeah. Right, let's go.
The government. Vodi Bachman said, don't be surprised when you send your kids off to Caesar and they come back as Romans. Like, that's it. That's it, man. You're wondering why everyone's gone woke and has no idea what bathroom to use anymore. Just, if like, what happened to our kids? I'm like, well, you gave them to the government for their entire childhood. You saw them at dinner and you attended their sporting events, but the government raised your kids. And social media helped. And video games or whatever, but you saw them every day, but you didn't raise them. You didn't log enough hours each day to counteract all the poison and time wasting and ideological propagandistic crap that they were getting fed year after year after year.
Yes, I thought that was actually very interesting because it's so true. Like, I mean, kids are in school, 6 hours a day, and they're listening to non-stop, again, government propaganda. I just thought it was quite interesting when I came across that video.
Irish mammy there is just saying, lads, I saw it firsthand when my son was slashed by Africans unprovoked. The guards gave them a week to get away and gave me warnings for giving pics to far-right groups.
Yeah.
The Gardaí are complicit in everything that goes on in this country. They really are. Fergus Power, the only pandemic in this world is paedophilia, and it has to be stamped out with a ferocity that it will never rear its satanic head again. Childhood innocent must be protected at all costs.
100%. 100%. If you go after the innocence of a child, there's only one place for you, and that's hell. Simple as that.
Yeah. Or do what I do, up on the tree and gut you and let you drip
well,
out.
What was done years ago? Hung, drawn, and quartered.
Yeah. But we hadn't got this years ago. We hadn't got this children's stuff.
Well, we did, but we just, it's not as apparent as what it is now. There's pure evil in this world. Say the devil's not walking this earth. He's walking this earth. And he's going after the children.
Sarah Malone, I feel pity for the LGBT community. They want nothing to do with this horrible movement. I agree with you. They don't.
Oh my God. Actually, hold on.
She's gone again. She has something else for me. But I know lesbian, gay, and the boys now, no problem with lesbian and gay. Boys are just greedy bastards. I'm sorry, they want the best of both worlds. But I know people who are gay and they are horrified by this shit. But there is a lot of lesbian gays and boys who got on board with this. I've seen them with their purple hair and they're part of this movement now, and we're this and we're that. They're just extreme people. They should not be involved in any of this at all. But Orla video, here we go. Another video for Orla. And you're back in the room,
Do you
Orla.
know what? RT don't have what's that saying? RT don't have a thing on me. Patch on me, that's it.
I love this young. I'm not saying in a sexual way.
I literally only came across him. I think his name is Sean, isn't it? In the last couple of days. I never saw him before. I just thought he was brilliant on TikTok.
He's a lovely kid. He's married and all. He's a lovely kid.
Yes, he is. Yes, and he's from Dublin. Yeah. Yeah. And I just thought what he said in this video was excellent.
I'm going to throw it up there. I'm going to throw it up here now, and then we're going to finish up.
Yes.
I just want to make a little statement about being a gay man in Ireland and being a married gay man in Ireland. Me and my husband would never stand underneath the LGBTQI+ flag. I feel like that flag is getting thrown around left, right, and centre. I find that people are just jumping on the bandwagon, and a load of woke people are coming out of nowhere with the flag and waving it around like no tomorrow. So I'm just really speaking on behalf of the normal gay people in Ireland. Like, you know, not everyone is with them, because I find the likes of Paul Murphy and the government are literally throwing that flag around left, right, and centre. And I just will not stand with that. You know, I'll stand with our own, and they're making that LGBTQI plus whatever into something that's not. They're throwing it out there, like, and really putting it on people like they have to actually want to agree with it, because like not everyone wants to agree with stuff. You know, you just can't throw stuff on people like that. Like, you are who you are. So I just wanted to come on as well, because a lot of gay people are texting me saying, you know, you're going to lose all your LGBTQI plus fans and followers. Your followers are going to go down. The support is not going to be there for you on your TikTok and stuff like that. Like, because I have a voice and I'm speaking out how I feel, just because I'm gay doesn't mean that I can say that I don't want unfettered men in the country. What is wrong with people? Why is the world going divided, especially Ireland, and all these woke people waving the flag? Like, you know, there's a colour getting added on nearly fucking every month. Whatever it even means. I don't want to know what it means, because it's sickening in my eyes. You can be a cat and a dog now, or something like that. Jesus, I just don't know. I actually don't. But like, you know, like a lot of people are saying, and you know what as well, a lot of gay people are coming on saying they had to actually turn away from the community because they're basically getting called racist because they actually have a voice, and they're saying something about unfettered men, and people are all saying, you know what I don't understand, if any of them LGBTQI plus went over to their country where the unfettered men are coming over, you know, you'd be stoned to death. And then they're waving the flags and supporting them. I don't know. That's just fucked up in my eyes.
Fair play.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Speaking the truth. And he's right. Look at his comment at the end. If they were over in their countries, they'd be thrown off a building or stoned to death. So I think he's absolutely fantastic. I only came across him, as I said, in the last couple of days on TikTok. And but like Glenn Moore has said this several times. Do you know, he's always speaking out about this. That again, he's gone completely away from the community as well because of what's gone on.
Yeah.
Chris, are you taking over Paddy's role? There'll be a fight now on the night. I'll tell you.
Now I have blocked people. Chris. Right, Orla, really great show. Thanks, Paul and Orla. Good night, everyone. God bless. Anne Marie,
thanks,
we
Anna.
hope to see you on Saturday. We'll probably see you on Saturday. If not,
if anyone's free to come up to the Black Forge, we will be there.
Yeah, we will be there meeting and greeting. Orla, it's been emotional again tonight, and thank you very much for coming and joining me, for being my co-host.
We'll see.
Yeah. Go on, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Go on, I'll talk to you in a minute. She's mad. Yeah. Homosexuals rampant in the music community. Yeah. Night, Paul and Orla and Bells and Q. Great night. Night all. Great show, Paul and Orla. Yeah, Margaret, good Margaret. Oh, here comes the lion. All here comes the roar. People, as we say every night when I'm leaving, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night.